evening, everybody. I'm Jimbo.
I'm Kemper.
We have Josh from the lab here as well. Say hello, Josh.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
We're coming to you from the stand. How is everybody? I'm a true seeker. You haven't seen our intro? We got an intro and an outro. We're fancy up here. Izzy Pop. Who you calling daddy, Izzy Pop?
Probably Kemper.
You got, I would say so. Kemper's got a female fan club.
Nice.
And it's all right because he's a single and good for him.
Ready to mingle.
Yeah. I see Bernie's in the house. Or is that Tony? I don't know. Pink Bolo, Stars and Stripes, Teresa Up Church. I know I missed a bunch. So last night I was told, well, we got our monetization or whatever. And then well, I was asking somebody after the show. Actually, I think it might have been you, Josh. I was like, what is a super chat anyway? He said, well, that's when somebody sends money and they send you a quote to be read live. I'm like, well, damn, I probably screwed that up.
It was your first night. I'm sure you get a pass.
Yeah, so I did. I probably screwed that up. And so I'm sorry if I missed anybody because we did get quite a few last night. And I was a little distracted looking up stuff, and somebody even called me out for it. I think it might have been old Arkansas called me out for it. I'll tell you what, buddy, you can't slip around her. She will get you.
Yeah.
Get you.
We've met.
Bernie is getting ready for his epic rap battle. Did you hear about that, Josh? Were you still here? Or?
Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that. Yeah. That there was a couple white dudes gonna have a rap off.
Mm-hmm.
That should be great. Does Ernie actually rap or does he just rhyme words?
I think Bernie is just a poet who didn't know it. Bernie.
Oh, good God Almighty!
What? Do we have Ernie sound bites going now?
Just one or two.
Thank you, Bama.
Oh, Lord.
True seeker.
Oh, good God Almighty! Oh, Lord.
Well, I hope you made one of those sound bites for We're Not Stupid.
No, you know what? I only threw a couple of them on there, but I'll load some more up for you guys.
Oh, Lord, Doug. Dildos in the Yard went platinum.
Oh, Lord.
So how was everybody's Thursday? Did you guys get your general awareness class in today? Matt, did you go to general awareness class?
I only seen part of it. I don't think I got the class part.
So you could not pass the pop quiz at the end.
Oh, I could pass it. You know that shit.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that. Let's get through the. We are going to get some medallions made. We're going to use the medallions that Bernie has, the dipshit medallions. But if we say we're going to get them, we'll actually have them. Do you guys know of anybody who has received a medallion or an action figure yet for Ernie's exclusive membership? I know it's a membership for a website that still doesn't exist.
Wait, he has an action figure of himself.
Oh yeah, he's getting one.
Oh, good God Almighty.
It's unreal.
Those they're very expensive though. I think he's going to charge nearly $300 a piece for them because they're very expensive to have made. However, he gets them for free.
Is it because they don't exist?
As of right now, they don't exist. I've never seen like the prototype. So I would say we're probably at, I don't know, a little under exactly, over exactly, no, exactly 100% that they do not exist.
I mean, you get things that don't exist, you usually get for free.
Now, put a 1 in the chat if you know what's coming up at 9 a.m. Monday morning. Little feller talked about it today on his live stream. Oh, yeah. We got some people that know. You know what's coming up, Kemper?
What's that?
Monday morning?
Oh yeah, he's got to go report to court. Be arraigned.
Yeah. He believes. He believes he's got court, he said. He guesses. I guess he's got court, he said. No, you do have court. 100%. He's going to – he was told to tell the judge that to clear the courtroom for anybody that doesn't have any business in the court.
Yeah, I heard him say that dumb shit. We know better than that though, because he ain't got no pull with the judge. I don't know of many meth heads that are wandering down the middle of the road 4:30 in the morning that do. You know.
Oh, Lord.
What we've seen, the judge tell him no a couple times in the trial. You know, he's going to explain why he didn't pay everybody at the wrestling show. Can we go back to that? No, not paying nobody. No. He gave the judge that crooked eye. Look, you know, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Mm.
Oh Lord.
Yep. I called today just to make sure. Called today, and I asked them at the Madison County Courthouse because Laurel County, if you're not right now, if you're not involved in the case, like if you're not a witness or charged or involved in the case, you're not allowed in the courtroom in Laurel County. So I called Madison County today. Sorry, Stink. Got a fan in here, Josh.
Oh yeah, that really looks like a fan.
Madison County told me today that the courtroom is open to the public. So, you know what I said to them?
The same thing I'm going to say to the person that's on the screen.
I said, copy that.
Frig off.
Copy.
Copy that.
So Monday, precinct rising and the good Lord willing, guess where old Jimbo's going to be at 9 a.m.?
Madison County.
Madison County. You guys ever seen that movie with Clint Eastwood and the bridges over Madison County? Was that the name of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen it because I heard it was like a super chick flick, which I do like chick flicks. I'm just going to be honest with you, but not with older.
It is. It is.
So they probably won't believe. They probably will not allow me to stream. I wouldn't imagine that they would. If I can, I will for sure. I doubt it, but I will go live when I leave. And here's what I expect to happen. I expect him to call his name. He's going to go up there, and the judge is going to say, "You're charged with blah blah blah, and the judge is gonna say, you plead guilty or not guilty, and Ernie's gonna plead not guilty. Then the judge is gonna say, can you afford an attorney, or does the court need to appoint one for you? And then, according to Ernie, now he's got an attorney, so that probably needs to make its way to the judge. But I would assume that the good taxpayers of the state of Kentucky will be paying for Ernie's attorney, and that will be the end of it. They'll give him a court date, and then he'll have to return. So I completely expect to waste half a tank of gas driving up there and back. But there is a bright side. You know what that is, Josh Kemper?
So
You get to see Ernie.
No, there's a Hooters in Richmond.
Oh,
I'm going to eat lunch at Hooters that day.
well, there you go. I mean, there you go.
It's my family's
They
favorite.
won't be a total loss.
My family's favorite restaurant.
Are you taking the whole family?
Well, the kids will be in school, but I'm going to take my wife.
Uh,
If anybody else wants to go, we'll carpool. I'll take you.
what,
I wish
uh,
Kemper would have been able to make it. He just lives so freaking far away. Maybe Ernie can fly him down here on the Batmobile.
right.
magic carpet.
Of course, Ernie saw Kemper there. He'd say, Judge, that guy right there shot me with a bunch of rubber bullets. I want you to arrest him.
Right.
You tagged me. I fell. Spooky, I like the buffalo chicken dip. Don't you see what Spooky said? You're crazy. Oh, not enough meat on them to make up for the working mess, but the tits are plentiful.
No, that's just crude.
Oh my gosh. I get the boneless chicken wings, Spooky. I don't like the bone in because I don't like all that dark meat. So
You don't like wings?
really, I don't like wings. Like the drum wings at Hooters, I've always been able to eat even before they had boneless, like way back when. The drums have more white meat on them, so I know I didn't. But I would eat those at Hooters because the daggum Hooter sauce was just so good. But yeah, the Hooter sauce is awesome. Like I buy it at Walmart and Kroger now, and just we make our own food with Hooter sauce. It's awesome.
Hooter sauce.
It's good, man.
Kemper, Hooter sauce.
What's that?
Hooter sauce.
Hooter sauce. It's solid.
I've honestly never eaten there.
Really?
Yep.
Is there one in your hometown?
Oh yeah. I've lived in places where they had two. I just don't go.
Now there's two in Knoxville.
Yep.
Got your own C cups.
I actually used to live right up the road from one. So yeah, my C cups.
I love that.
Hell, you lived in New York City. I bet you there's probably 5 or 6.
Where I lived they didn't have any. But I lived in like the city. You didn't just have a Hooters hanging out. You had little foreign restaurants and bodegas is what you had.
Yeah. I know there's a Hooters over by Shea Stadium.
That's in Queens.
Yeah.
That's a different layout than New York City itself.
Yeah.
That's more like Brooklyn and the Bronx. You actually have houses and stuff like that in the city. Houses unless you're in the northern part in Harlem. It's all apartments and high rises.
Hawaii. Hula Girl says Hawaii has Hooters.
Yep.
You know what else is in Hawaii? Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yay.
Oh, good God Almighty!
My town, we just got a Hooters a year or two ago. That's good, Bitsy. Oh, we really do like Hooters. We like Old Chicago is one of our favorite restaurants. Olive Garden. I should have.
You like really crappy restaurants.
Well, I should have taken my kids more to McDonald's growing up. You know, like, now they don't want to eat something cheap.
I don't think McDonald's is cheap.
Well, it's not anymore.
I remember when it was cheap.
Mhm.
They had they used to have like 69-cent hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
No more.
Well, they used to have. It was like 39-cent cheeseburgers when they first started, wasn't it?
Something like I mean
25-cent hamburgers, something.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was a little kid, but they had it was like Sunday, I remember, and they just had like 59-cent hamburgers. But McDonald's, if you go there and get a number one, I mean, it's as much as like a good deli sandwich. It's just for some reason.
That's anywhere you go now, man.
Nail has it right here. It's nowhere cheap anymore.
That's a fact. I mean, a gallon of milk now and gas.
I remember when gas and cigarettes were the same price, $1 each.
Man, what does a pack of smokes cost you?
Depends on what you get, but it can range from $7 to $9 depending on the brand.
Wow.
Up here.
So
Now,
$7 is like generic.
Now, the kind that I smoked in Tennessee that were $3 a pack, they're $6 a pack up here.
Yeah.
That's what I smoke. So
Hmm.
I don't take that $7 and $8 hit, but I still take a hit.
Right.
Down in Tennessee, you can get Marlboros for $5-6 a pack. Up here, they're $8.
Wow. Who's
Yeah.
Doug?
Huh?
Is she being serious? Christine Rose, are you being serious? Doug is the content creator for No Thanks Investigates, true crime channel. Look here, Kemper. Canadian smokes $17 to $22 a pack.
Yep, but it's about the same in New York City.
Oh yeah.
94 when I lived in New York City, cigarettes were $8-9 a pack then.
I've got some. Actually, they still may be here. They were over here doing some work at the house.
The gas is always any place like that, or any place like Alaska, Canada, territories, that kind of stuff. You're going to pay a lot of money for stuff. All the ports are down here. They have to pay for that shipping. And that's the big deal, I think.
I've got some family in here that was over here. They're in the other room in there right now, but they were here helping do some work around the house today. And they a few years ago they moved up to New Jersey for jobs, and they were talking about coming down and buying a truckload of tobacco products in Kentucky or Tennessee and taking them back up north because it was that big of a difference.
It is. It really is.
I imagine you could probably get in trouble for that, couldn't you?
It is a crime. It is. That's why I don't do it. Otherwise, it would be worth my time and money to go down to Tennessee and buy it, in bulk and bring it back from myself.
Yeah.
But I can't even do that for personal, so it's not legal.
The things you learn on the stand. Mayflower, where I noticed, what that little symbol is. What kind of currency are you talking about there? And how does that equate to here in the United States? Missouri Mama said, "Yeah, it's against the law to do that." Yeah. Newports are $15.93 if you buy 2 packs. That's about what you're talking about, right, Matt? Around $7 or $8 a piece, $8.
No, I think that's per pack, is what they're saying. Because whenever I go and buy them, it says this much when you buy two, but you're still paying that each.
Oh, chic.
Yeah.
Wow. Literally.
And I know the exchange rate between Canada and the United States, there's not really much difference. Not really. There's a little bit, it's a little bit more like inflated number for Canada, but I mean, I've been to Canada a couple of times. I mean, it was back pre 9/11, but yeah, I mean, the exchange rate was similar. So even if that was an inflated number from the Canada territories, it would still, you're probably looking at $11 or $12 American money. It's still a lot of money.
I have myself a fellow Harlan County on here. I just eat KFC at Martins Fork Lake. Martins Fork Lake up in Harlan, up in Smith.
Where's this at, Sweet Dreams? South Carolina. Yeah, I'd say South Carolina is pretty cheap too. Down there in the North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, like that area where most of your tobacco farms are, it's cheaper. That's probably the cheapest you're going to find.
That's why you got to roll your own, ain't it, Kemper?
Do what?
I said that's why you got to roll your own, ain't it?
No, because those suck, man. They don't have the same kick. I've tried that, and by the time I buy it and put the time in and become disgruntled and go and buying a regular pack of cigarettes, you know, it's just not worth the process anymore. I've done it a couple of times.
I mean, you could quit.
You know, I've tried that, and I've been able to quit opiates, cocaine, LSD, all kinds of stuff, man. I cannot quit nicotine, man. It's
I mean,
the worst drug, bro. Worst drug ever.
100%.
Yep. I mean, believe me, I'd love to not smoke.
No, it's tough.
Yep.
I mean, people say that in passing. Yeah, you could quit, but you know, it's not obviously not that easy.
Especially when I was 12. I'm 49. And not for nothing, the last time I went to the doctor, which was 2 years ago, I had to do a physical for work, and they had to test the strength of our lungs and our blood pressure and all that. And I had stronger lungs than the 20-year-olds that were in there getting theirs done. So it is what it is, I guess. I can't run a marathon, but I used to ride a bike 20 miles round trip every day. So in the mountains. So you got a lot of incline.
So you're like the Lance Armstrong and Marlboro.
I got both my nuts. What are you talking about, bro? But no, I mean, I did build up stamina riding bike like that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You started smoking cigarettes when you were 12?
Yep. Man, on my 12th birthday, on the Chattahoochee River Dam, right below where I was raised at, where our house was, me and my best buddy went out there with a 6-pack of Budweisers, a pack of Camel non-filters, joint. And on that day, I drank my first beer, smoked my first cigarette, and smoked my first doobie. And I passed out and got sunburned like hell from it.
I bet you did.
Yeah, dude. It was wild. It was a wild day. But yeah, I remember it well because, I mean, there was a lot of shit went down.
Hey, guys, I got a blockbuster for you. And like I said, my cousin was over here, and she's still in there. She told me something earlier, and I just now asked her if she'd be comfortable saying it to everybody on here tonight. So this is something that I just heard today, and because we were talking about, you know, how me and Ernie are going back and forth online, because they know Ernie real well. When I had that big 3-story house that, and I had a guest house, my cousin and her husband lived in the guest house behind us. And that's the house that Ernie was telling all his women and stuff that he owned and he lived in. And anyway, Ernie spent quite a bit of time back there with my cousin and her husband, you know, acting like he was a big hockey mask maker and all this stuff, trying to teach my cousin's husband how to make hockey masks. Well, I'm gonna bring her in here right now and let her tell you what she said to me that made my jaw drop today. Come on, go ahead. I'll be right back. Let me go get her. I'm not gonna tell her give her name out either because Ernie knows who it is, but she don't need any kind of drama.
Right.
Kemper,
Hey, Bob and Holly, I was raised in Phoenix City, Alabama, the first part of my life. So that's how I was on the Chattahoochee River. It was basically the Bi-Cities between Columbus and Phoenix City. Fort Benning was there and all that. So my dad was a preacher, and I was raised like a military kid around military bases. So
your dad was a preacher, but did he bless your 12th birthday?
no, he didn't do that. No, he didn't know for a fact that I was doing any of that until I was like 25.
Oh, wow.
He couldn't catch me at it. He suspected. So yeah.
You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
All right. This is my cousin, my first cousin. My mom and her dad are brother and sister.
Yeah, we know what cousins are, Jimbo.
I was just telling you who was what, where they were.
I'm
First
just
cousin. Come on, man.
Hey, man. I'm just
Anyway,
Jeez,
I haven't seen her in a while. But anyway, she didn't know all this stuff was going down between me and Ernie. And when I told her about today, she told me something that really made me, shocked because I was telling her about how we were uncovering things in the trial. Tell him what you told me.
When we were sitting around talking, and he's like, well, when we tied him up, I guess it was right before he got shot in the head. I guess is what happened. I can't really remember because it was so long ago,
But did you hear the key part?
it gave me chills when he said that.
When we tied him up.
Jeez.
I guess when they tied him up, I can't remember if he said he shot.
Who said this?
Ernie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
he said we, as in.
I seriously don't doubt it, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really think he was the ringleader, personally. But
Well,
my opinion.
I told his lawyer that stuff today. Like, I really didn't know any of this stuff that's come out in the trial until we actually saw the trial DVDs. I'll let you watch all that stuff later. You won't believe it. You won't believe what you see.
I would say that he's probably responsible.
Oh yeah, he's responsible for a lot more stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling her. He was talking earlier, like that's the reason why she brought that up, is because I told her about when I saw him down there at McDonald's. Like he said, well, I didn't go back to Ronnie Cooney's house. And she goes, oh my God, that's he was telling me, he's like, when we tied him up and it made her sick to her stomach. I was like, yeah, that kind of stuff. You hear that and you're like, what? Can you say that again? Jimbo, don't hear it. Please, can we hear it again? I swear I don't hear this lady. Can you stand up closer to the computer here? I don't have a microphone. I just we talk right into my laptop. So
The candy in my mouth sour. To just repeat what I said.
yeah, just tell him what you said. What he told you.
That when I guess right before they shot him and what they do, shoot him and burn him.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
They said we tied him up right before we tied him up. I think him and his brother.
Yeah, his brother's in prison for it.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the trial on TV.
Yeah.
And didn't he almost wasn't he almost found innocent?
Yeah, there was a hung jury, 6-6, but he pled guilty afterwards to a different charge. That's why he's still in prison. But we've been having phone calls from his brother and playing them on here, and he's swearing up and down Ernie set him up. Ernie told him to tell that story the way he told it. That he was writing a book.
I would say he's smart like that. Like he thought it out. If he did, he thought it out for a long time.
And I haven't talked to her about it. I don't even know if you remember it, but remember when he went to New York?
Mm-hmm.
He was at our house, at that 3-story house, and he saw you guys back there.
Mm-hmm.
Did he not leave his mask making equipment with Michael?
I still got it.
Yeah. See, and he claims that hypodermic instrument. He was arrested with a hypodermic instrument. a needle. Claims it was for making masks. But Michael had every bit of his mask making stuff, right?
Yeah. Wow. Every bit of it, because I remember, and we still have it. Like we still have it. We moved and everything, and we carried it around with us.
Shelby got country Christian. Shelby got, I think he pled guilty for 20 years. Complicity. But he's serving 10 for another charge. So I think he has to serve 20 on top of that 10, I think. Not today. May know more about it because she's actually been doing a lot of research and investigating. She's the one who talks to him. She knows the insides and outs of it more than anybody. So she could probably confirm or at least tell you more about that. I've never seen him make a mask. Now, he was trying to show Michael how to paint and stuff like that because her husband really is like an artist. He's a tattoo artist and stuff like that. But and Ernie was trying to teach him, be a hockey mask maker. What he was wanting to do was get Michael to make masks, and he was going to sell them. But I don't know. Did you ever see Ernie with a needle making a mask?
But the only thing like close to anything like that I've seen would be like it almost looks like a tooth scraper thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one of those, like a pick thing.
Yeah, that would be like the most needle looking thing in the.
Nothing with injecting or nothing like that.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. See, and I've told everybody, I've never seen Ernie take a drug ever.
I haven't either.
Never seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him act like normal.
You have seen him act weird?
Speech flowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was tired.
Well, he did that today. Put a one in the chat if you saw Ernie talking crap like he was about to pass out today while he's on his live. Yes. Shelby got 30 altogether. Not today said. You got a video.
Hey guys, Killer Inside. Now,
Go ahead with it. Punch himself in the face.
I'm going to show you guys something. This is a new custom
This is from his old hockey mask making days.
mask I did. I'm going to call it my Destroyer mask. I actually made it just for personal issues and, just to clear my head up. So, as you see, I shaped it like a skull. Put some cracks in it. Cracked it up and everything. And now, today, guys, we're going to see exactly how much damage that this mask can take. So, without further ado, this is kind of crazy. You guys don't do this at home. I would say I'm a trained professional, but I'm not. So we put the mask on. It's pretty cool, don't it? Now, if a normal person was to punch you, oh God, it's gonna hurt like that. It's like you could take a lick in this mask, a little bit, spit up blood a little bit, but you see, a punch is not gonna hurt this mask. You see this? My face is gonna be red as hell probably because I felt that damn rivet go right straight through my head, but I'm just showing you a normal punch. You don't see redness on my face, everything, but I'm telling you, this mask takes the lick off the face. So.
Mask takes the lick. I got something to share with you.
Hell, I shoot these things with 9mm and it don't break them and crack them or nothing. So when these guys say, "Hey, man, I'll take my fist and just break them," man, I don't know about that. Until next time, I'm the Killer Inside saying, peace.
Oh, look here. Tony just sent me a text message that I painted that fucking mask. Look here, he's got it. Wait a second. Is that the same mask?
Yeah, they're exactly the same.
He said, I painted that fucking mask.
Here, hold on.
I don't think it is. His had more silver in it.
Put yours back up.
There it is. There's one. There's a picture of it. And
oh, here it is. So here's one. Look at the top right here.
Oh yeah, right there on the right above the chevron. You can see.
Yeah. Wow.
There he is using your work again, Tony. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, Bob. Well, thank you. I'll let you know. I got ready to.
Oh yeah, we've got your kids up about midnight, ain't we?
Yeah, he's griping.
All right. Well, thank y'all for everything you helped us with today. I appreciate it.
I love spending time with girls. I really enjoyed it. Everything.
I love you too. Be careful. All right, guys. So yeah, there's the this mask can take a lick. Now that's a country word.
The trampoline's what really gets me,
Yeah.
not the mask.
Well, I saw that one video that I sent you was, he's talking about just now in that video. He said, I shoot these with 9mm and everything. And like you see the excellent marksmanship. We've showed that video before, but he put it on YouTube or Facebook. It was called Shot Heard Around the World.
What was the mayor shot with?
It was on YouTube. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, how did Shelby kill the?
Oh, it was a 38.
Well, according to Ernie's live earlier, it was execution style.
Yeah, and that had never been talked about either.
But Ernie talked about it.
Yeah.
He said it today.
Yeah.
Execution style. I mean,
how does he know that?
Because he probably said, "Get on your knees."
Yeah, he probably did.
Allegedly.
He's probably the trigger man.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Probably the trigger guy. Everything points to that. Even his own guilty ass statements.
I mean,
it's not going back. Just everything.
What about telling my cousin, like, when we tied him up?
Like what he said to the TV station in that interview.
We weren't raised that way. We didn't mean to do that.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. And I think that we is just a courtesy. So he's not alone. But I really don't think. I know that wasn't there 2 bullets? Or 2 shots or something? I think they both came from him.
I don't know if they actually found the second shot.
I know they didn't find the second bullet, but I think there was 2 that were fired, wasn't there? Or at least that's what the autopsy or something said.
I don't know. I know that in the story that Shelby told, Ronnie King got off a shot first, and it went right by his head. And then he shot. But or then he convinced him that he wasn't there to shoot him or something. Like he was laying there on the bed, and he pulled out his pistol, and as he did, Ronnie pulled out a pistol, according to the original story. But supposedly Ronnie shot at him, and he convinced him, no, it's I'm not. I was going to try to sell you this or something like that. But anyway, later on when it went down, there was only one shot, in the tape, or I keep saying tape, the recording. Shelby says, I grabbed it and pulled the trigger. So there. Guys, I'm not looking at the chat, so if I missed something, please let me know. I'm pulling up another thing that I actually didn't send. I was going to just play it on a different window, and it was from Ernie being on another creator's live stream. Actually, it was Griff's live stream, I think, and it was way back when Ernie first started coming on the YouTube scene and talking to other creators. I don't even think he had a channel yet. Maybe somebody could clear that up for me.
I don't know how long ago it was, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Once I know when it is, I could probably tell you.
Yeah. Let me see.
Is it like August, September? When the Griff and
When he was 13 years old,
Hang on a
my
second.
brother,
Let me pull it up and see if it says at the timestamp on here a date. I don't see a date.
You said it's one of Griff's shows,
It is Griff show, and there's
and Ernie was on it.
yeah, and this lady, I think
Yeah,
it's
he didn't have a YouTube. If he did, he wasn't using it.
yeah, he's sitting in his car
Yeah.
in the dark talking to Griff.
Yeah.
And Griff's got the like whatever that red eye thing is on his as his avatar.
Mm-hmm.
But I think is that Mom of Two or I can't remember, but super nice lady that used to be on Griff's channel a lot. Well, she's always been nice as far as I saw. But anyway, let's play. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and you guys just hear. Now, this was. I'm going to guess and say this was around September, October-ish of last year, before Ernie actually started his own YouTube channel. And this is about Shelby.
Found them as they come up. Let's see. Here's one. When he was 13 years old, my brother was sent off to a bunch of juvenile places and all that. And I mean, he was in and out of like the Rainy East Death Home, which is juvenile place, Buckhorn, and different places where he graduated.
Yeah, he did graduate from a juvenile home.
So he graduated high school at a juvenile facility. So, you know, when it comes to my brother, that's the kind of person, you know, we're dealing with. We did have it was a psychiatric evaluation for my brother.
There's been some conflicting reports about that, right? Like, didn't they say they didn't, and then they said they did, and then they actually questioned Amber on the witness stand if she was present.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when they evaluated Ernie, right?
Trying to think.
Yeah, when they asked her if she was present when they evaluated Ernie.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a couple members of the family, and the guy and the psychiatrist comes down after, and he's like shook up. He's like, "Think of the making of a Michael Myers." And I remember my mama said, "Michael who?" Because she never. I mean, oh.
Thank you, Bee's Knees. Even back then, you hear him saying that, you know, comparing his brother to a serial killer, Michael Myers. You know, he says a psychiatrist comes out when he's a kid. Back when he was 13 years old, the psychiatrist comes out and tells his family, think of the making of a Michael Myers. Now, do you believe that? I mean, I just don't see a psychiatrist telling somebody's family that. Not when they're, 13 years old, according to Ernie.
I don't know who that is, obviously. But that always stuck in my head for a psychiatrist to actually say that. So. Yep.
Roberta said, did he do arson? Did he burn stuff?
Yeah, my brother was real big on burning. See, what I always heard that really got him is
he says his brother's always been into arson. But I don't know, is he a serial killer? Is he an arsonist? What is he? He's just the most evil, vile person on the face of the earth, right?
When he killed the mayor, he talks about the story. And I remember he told everybody this story. You have to understand that the victim and the victim's mother was on the phone with each other. This is the story my brother told.
Who is everybody? Who did he tell everybody that story to? He told Ernie that story. You heard the story he told me on the recording.
And he's like, there was a ring, and he was like, well, Mom, he was like, Kevin's coming over, and you have to understand where Kevin plays a part in too. Kevin was the one who was arrested for the murder of Ronnie King. So
Kevin was never arrested for the murder of Ronnie King.
That the state police had, and they thought that it was him for sure, for a fact. And then one day I started putting a timeline together because my brother had actually information that nobody even knew. Law enforcement hadn't given out.
And how did Ernie know it?
How the mayor was killed, but my brother was spewing it out like it was like, hey, because law enforcement don't give that out. Law enforcement didn't give out that he was shot. That right there was the big key. And
how did Ernie know it?
Finally one day, well, when he does.
Do what, Ken? Brian, me to cut you off.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, that was. I guess that was Griff trying to get in a question on him.
And he actually told the words he said before he shot him, and that was, why he shot him for. My brother had a reason, and if you cross my brother or anything that my brother loves, he would get you no matter what. It didn't.
Well, he's got a lot of stories about his brother. He would get you no matter what. If you cross my brother, he would get you no matter what. But Shelby tells the story that Ernie was the vindictive, set you up, beat you up, pick on you, big brother.
And that's just the way he is. That's the way that's the way he is. Let me right here. Ernie, was the name Killer Inside used before or after your brother was charged? My brother was charged in 2013. I started painting hockey masks in 2009 with the name.
He started painting hockey masks in 2009. I mean, hockey masks. That's when he says he got the. Of course, he says he got the name painting hockey masks, the Killer Inside. But then you're going to hear him switch that story right here. He switches it. It says he actually got that story from Bob Burton. That name.
The Killer Inside was gave to me by one of our old Bob Burton affiliates. He was a task force guy, so it was a addiction on that.
You're lying, Ernie. Everybody knows it.
Well, psychology always plays a part in everything, guys. And if any question, hit me up with a question. And Grant, I do appreciate you, man. I really do. Because last time I got to talk to you and we were doing an interview, you caught me off guard with a lot of things I really didn't think was going to be asked. And
Well, all you got to do is tell the truth, Ernie. It doesn't matter if you're ready for it or not, right? Kimber.
Yep.
Did you have a glass of water today?
Yeah.
Was that hard? Was you, even though you weren't prepared for me to ask you that question, it still didn't change the truth, did it?
No.
I didn't know.
Is that statement at the bottom? Is that true?
Let's see here. I hate Ernie because he destroyed his mom's first place prize.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was not the strongest woman. She won a tough man contest, like a the redneck boxing type thing where they go out there and just brawl. She won the tough man contest, the women's division. Ernie cut the WO off the trophy and made himself a man's division trophy. His brother Shelby told on that. Yes.
Oh,
What kind of scumbag loser does that?
oh, good God Almighty!
You got it right, Erd.
maybe somebody in the chat started. Sometimes when I talk about my brother stuff, it does kind of get to me because the things I went through with that. But I was
What did he go through?
and I didn't know nothing about YouTube. That's first off. And I was sitting there moving across, and as
He still don't. He's buying subs.
it come across, and I couldn't see the picture. And I hit X, and when I hit X, it took me out of the chat and everything. And I do apologize for that because I thought you had done it. I didn't. I did it because I didn't even know about YouTube. That's the fact.
That's a fact. You're an idiot. That's a fact, Jack.
What do you think about the issue? Somebody asked you something about a 77-year-old pedo earlier. 77-year-old pedo? No, I think it's a different guy. There was a guy they're asking about. This guy's already been arrested one time for it. He's doing it again. He just
When
shut
he's
up.
70 years old, he needs to just go ahead and have his stuff cut off. You don't need it anymore.
That's the way I look at it. But this guy's already got out of jail. He's already just
7-some-year-old pedo. I think this is the one that Ernie has told the same story. Like, you don't just roll out of bed in your 70s and decide you're going to become a pedo.
served some time, but he's doing it again. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look at the case. I mean, here's the fact of the matter is, and you'll notice even in my phone calls and stuff, like a while ago I was doing a live and someone called in and I was talking and they were very, very important people. And they was like,
Was it Don Jr.? Who you think it was, Kemper? The very, very important people was.
Who knows with this guy, dude? Who knows?
Who you think it was, Josh? Was it Don Jr.? Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, probably. I would. I mean, that's the
Put
logic.
one in the chat if you think it was Don Jr.
Yeah.
we got some information you need to know about. And I'm like, look, I'm not putting it out until I have documentation. You know, it says that, hey, this is real, and, you know, I'm not doing that. That's one thing I will not do. I can't do. I mean, I've had Benny 2 or 3 different times on a couple.
You liar. He will not put it out if he don't have documentation. Did you just hear that?
Yep.
Do you believe it?
No.
But I don't have, or let me just say on this part right here, we don't have the right documentation as of yet. I'll say that. I'll say that. Just like the screenshot I posted with the TDI and the ones I talked to, they are aware. That's all I'm saying. And they are a very, very deep investigation going in on it. And what it's going to come out to be is drugs. Drugs is
Here he's going to tell you what really happened in the Wells case. Are you paying attention, Josh? I know you follow this case. Ernie's getting ready to crack it for you right here.
All right.
I would bet 1,000% drugs has everything to do with Summer Wells going missing. Let's just say that. I won't want to detail with that if it's a TBI because I've been
Breaking news.
having that situation.
There you go.
Wow. I mean, thank you, Inspector Gadget, for that.
You didn't know that, did you?
You know,
1,000%, dude.
I never thought of the drug angle ever one time. Not even when, you know, it was brought up by the people who use the drugs.
Yep.
So maybe somebody can explain to me how much more effective 1,000% is over 100%.
Well, 1,000's more than 100, right, Kemper?
Can you get more than 100% of anything, Josh?
If there's 1,000%, yes.
1,000% of what?
100%.
There's no such thing as anything more than 100%.
Well, whatever, dude. You don't speak Ernie.
I do not speak fluent Ernie. You're correct.
1,000 is a higher number, though. So
it is a higher number. But I used to interview this basketball coach when I worked for the newspaper, and that was one of his things. He's like he's an old school coach, and he got his little sayings, and he would always say, "Now, Jimbo, all I care about is if my boys give 111.5%." And I'd be like, "Coach, there's like 100% is 100%. Like there's no 111.5%, right?" He'd look at me, he'd smile, and go, "Jimbo, they can give me 111.5%." All right, coach.
Well, I think that you can make 100% profit, but you can also make 1,000% profit too.
That's a different thing.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
With 100% certainty, there is no more certainty. 100% of
you asked for an example, and I gave you one. Checkmate.
No, I didn't ask you for an example.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I think you did. Kemper?
Back.
No, I don't know, man. Sorry.
Somebody smacked Josh in the head with a wrench. Good God Almighty. 1,000% beyond stupid. Now I'll give you that. Rand 5150. You can be 1,000% beyond stupid. Because we're not just stupid. We're beyond stupid.
Yeah.
Ern speaks felonies. That's very good. Very good. Look here. Blue. I love it. She loves us guys, or he loves us guys, whatever. 3,000. Appreciate that. Thank you, Cass. At least somebody's got my back. Josh, you're tag teaming on me, jumping off the top rope.
That's the second time somebody in your chat told me to shut up. And there was somebody at the very beginning who wasn't even happy that I was here.
I know. What's up with that?
I don't know.
But did we show the video of him firing the gun yet?
Absolutely not.
All
No, right.
Now,
we'll concentrate over here. The mask and everything. You'll see the red dot. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to have to focus, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to kneel down on this shot. I'm going to kind of get in a kneeling position to shoot this. I'm going to have to shoot about 3 inches down in order to hit it where the accuracy is. Where I've adjusted my sights and things, I can shoot plumb through it and everything will be good.
Plumb through.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to kneel down, and here we go.
Thank you, Johnny Thompson. Woo, that was loud.
That's it. Damn. Hell yeah. That's it. Perfect bullet hole. And that's how it is done. Let me hurry up and wipe this red off here before it dries. Here, go ahead, hold dear. And until next time, I'm the killer inside.
Now I'm looking at the chat with the lady right now. Before I even knew about this video, Jarvis actually showed us this video the first time. Before I actually knew about it, this lady told me that she used to help him make his videos, and that one time he shot a mask that she had a string tied to it, and when he pretended to shoot it, because he obviously is not going to shoot it from that far off and actually hit it right where he said he was going to, and that's a bullseye expert marksman shot right there. But she said when he pulled the trigger, she jerked the string and the mask fell off the tree. And then I got got a hold of this video and I put two and two together. Like, yeah, she did. She nailed him right there.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Let's see. Here's her talking about it again. The video you posted 9 hours ago of the mask on the trampoline was took at my house. I said, oh, for real, where he's punching himself in the face? She said, yes. When I seen that surrounding, I knew he was staying here. He talked about shooting the mask. See, yeah, there's
Why
more
is he
about it.
shooting it?
To put the bullet hole in it from like it's a movie. Maybe Jarvis could explain more. Like, but one of the masks from one of the movies, I guess Jason Voorhees gets shot, and there's a bullet hole in the mask. Are you still in here, Tony? If you are, can you tell us what mask that is, or what movie that's from, or what that is? Oh, here it is. Here's the. He stayed 6 months straight, about 9 months, and yes, I've seen him paint a couple masks. Found paper with an actor's name. He would forge on the mask and have it mailed 8 or 10. He might have mailed 8 or 10 the whole time he was here. The video of him shooting a hole in that mask was fake. It had a string attached to it, and he had me pull the string like he shot it when he didn't. So now I don't know if you would actually believe that or not, because he's such a trustworthy person. That's correct. The part 6, Shadow of Man said, and Tony said that's correct. We got some people here that knows their hockey masks. Now, do you pronounce that hockey masks or hockey masks?
Hockey maskus.
Hockey masks.
Whenever, everything's pronounced wrong.
Can you play it on slow mode? Somebody wants to play it on slow mode.
Play what on slow mode?
I guess mask. Shoot, let me see. I might be getting mixed. Oh no, that was a basketball message. Gonzaga went down today, in case you guys didn't know.
I thought they were going to win the whole thing.
Hello, Jaded, Joy Catcher, Leslie. It's a fickle. Baby got.
Oh, good God Almighty.
When he shoots to see if it falls before the shot. Oh, I don't know if you. I guess you could hear it. Does it make noise still in slow motion? I don't think you actually see the mask until after the shot. Like you hear the shot and then the camera pans to the mask. I think. Maybe we can get a replay. Oh, look, I'm going to turn the heat off. It's hot in here, boys. No.
Kemper, what are you eating?
Peanut butter crackers.
I love those.
That's the official munchie snack. Yeah, I love peanut butter crackers myself.
It really is.
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day. Sort of hungry.
Bullet hole from The Mask, Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives.
Why haven't you eaten all day? Haven't felt good?
Been busy.
Oh.
How to bother a narcissist. Tap their insecurity in underhanded kind words. Example, if they think they have the best looking car, when riding with them, point out a car, say prettiest car I'd ever seen. Makes sense. You know it, Spooky. You know it. Kaz, I will agree with you there. Peanut butter is good on just about everything. In, on, around. Can't go
Especially
wrong.
on waffles and pancakes.
Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong with peanut butter, man. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter syrup, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter mayonnaise, peanut butter banana.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you heard me right.
Like it
Peanut
Don't knock
butter
it.
and mayonnaise.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I-
Oh, did you say peanut butter and mayonnaise?
Yes,
That's
I
what he
did.
said. And then he tried to say it in such a way that made it seem normal.
Yeah, I
It
don't
is
think I
normal.
would try it.
Trust
I
me,
don't think I tried
it is. It is good.
Peanut butter and mayonnaise is
Yes.
not normal.
All right, let's ask
It's-
the chat. Have you ever tried peanut butter and mayonnaise? Put a 1 in the chat.
Sick.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sure there's others who have tried it.
I've heard of
Have
other.
you
I've
tried
heard of
it?
somebody.
Because I had the same reaction that
No,
you're having
dude.
right now until I tried it. And then after I tried it, it became one of my favorites.
Sick.
Just a little bit of mayonnaise and throw you a big, thick run of peanut butter on some bread, and that's a good sandwich, dude.
There you go, Misty Rose.
Nasty.
Oh yes, peanut butter and mayo. Womp, womp.
Well, so the one is if you've tried it.
Mm-hmm.
1 if you tried it. Yeah,
Oh
if you've
my
ever tried it. 1 in the
gosh.
chat.
It's a world full of psychos.
Out of all these puke emojis, how
Now
many of
we'll
you
get-
have tried it?
Now we'll get a 2 in the chat if you liked it. If you're like Mikey and you tried it and you liked it.
Yeah, that's what I want to know because I don't think that's going to happen.
All About the Shade says no mayo on anything. I was like that until I was
Yeah.
about 30 years old, man. Now I can eat mayonnaise. Like I dip my fries in it and everything.
Yep, I do the Pulp Fiction with fries. Yep.
Potato salad, it's mayonnaise potato salad. If you got the yum yum sauce from the Japanese restaurants, it's mayonnaise based. Like it's basically
Yep.
mayonnaise with a little
It's a
other-
ginger sauce with mayo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got a few
But-
like it.
Mayo is good. Yep. But yeah, mayo and mayonnaise or mayo and peanut butter is a good sandwich. Yep.
That's my joke, turd face.
I'm going to have to get over there and get on the lab and
Yeah, dude, we got to do a lab and friends, and I'll
That'd
sick
be
my
cool.
people on you.
you bring it, son. I'm going to come over there. Listen, you based out of Cali though, man. They'd probably attack me like nobody's business. All them 49er fans and disgusting Laker fans. I don't even see how you live out there, man.
It's
No way.
nice,
No way I could do that. No way.
right on the beach.
I don't care
Beautiful.
about the beach. There's beaches in Florida. Hell,
Yeah.
there's beaches in Michigan.
Yeah, the beaches in Florida though, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know. You got to deal with too much of the bullshit in the state to like those beaches that much.
I love them too. I love it too, Blue Eyes Webster. That's tater salad is lovely to me. I had fried taters for supper tonight. Fried taters and some little thin sirloin steaks, like super thin, like see-through almost.
Yeah, I don't live at the bottom of Cal. I don't live in Southern California.
It's not Cali that I'm negative about. It's just their sports teams. Like honestly, I've never been to California. I would love to actually go to California and spend some time in some of the different places and just, be a nerd and check it out, like the different beaches and different towns. Like, even though I hate everything sports wise, Los Angeles, I still respect the heck out of the traditions. And like, I would love to see the Staples Center. I would love to actually go there and just check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, when I went to Chicago, I went by the United Center and Soldier Field, and I can't stand the Bears and I can't stand the Bulls, but it's history, man. It's those things, intriguing to me. Someday I'm gonna make it out to Cali.
Well, if you listen to Christine, there's no reason to come out here.
What did she say?
I don't know. That Southern California and Northern California sucks and the beaches are brown, which is not true.
Where is this, Christine? Where is that in Hawaii? What is that? Havasu, or am I pronouncing that right? Havasu or Havasu? I don't know. I know I'm sounding ignorant, but I really just don't know where that is or how to pronounce it. Now, that's one thing I absolutely love doing is checking out places I've never been. Another place I've never been and I've got to go is Dallas. We won't get into
Emmett
why.
Smith.
Emmett's from Florida, actually.
Yeah, but he played in Dallas.
Yeah.
We know that you're trying to sucker it in.
There's no sports team in the history of sports that I hate more than Tennessee Volunteers. But Jason Witten was a Tennessee Volunteer. Therefore, I got to give a little respect just because of that cowboy tie,
It is $5.99 a gallon right now.
Woo, Lord. $3.99 right here. What you got, Matt?
Like 420.
Yeah.
KB, I'm dying to go. I'm going to go watch them play in Nashville this year. I'm going to go see them play the Titans, and then hopefully I'll get to go out there to Jerry World and see a game this year, hopefully. Probably have to fly. Maybe Ernie will loan me the Batmobile.
Maybe
Woo.
Ernie will go with you.
What area of the country is this in where it's 6 or something?
Probably New York or California, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's $6 here.
Yeah, I was going to say in New York City, it's usually about that anyway.
They kind of mirror each other when it comes to that, for some reason. Just
$6.35, all about the shades. Yeah, but the salaries are quite different too, though, right? The cost of living.
The cost of living, it's about the same in California as it is in New York.
I mean, as opposed to like where we live, like where I live.
Oh
what's,
yeah.
What's your minimum wage?
Way different.
$7.25.
$7.25.
Yeah,
and
it's twice that.
And what's yours, Kemper?
Ours, I think, is like technically it's like 9 something, but most places won't pay under 12 starting out.
Yeah.
I mean, most businesses here have always moved before the state does, considering we're one of those swing states. It could be Democrat or Republican, so it's about 50-50 up here, but they're still slow when it comes to making changes. So
yeah, the minimum wage here is like $14.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter because everything's so much more expensive, so they pay you a little more. It's really just the cost of living and inflation. And we're living in where you live and making $7.25 an hour minimum wage is no different than making $14 here.
Right.
I mean, because if
you're gonna pay. I mean, everything where you're from is cheaper.
Yep.
And the fact that it's gone up so much is not a good thing.
No, and the things are going up here, and they're going to have to adjust with the wages, or things are going to get quite bad. Because as it is now, people they're not going to be able to afford to live. Just gas. And that affects everything, groceries. And it's just
Oh yeah, rent here is crazy. You can't rent a house for under $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, man, when I lived out in San Francisco, you couldn't have a flat for less than $2,000 a month.
San Francisco is probably one of the most expensive places to live in the country,
and that was in '95.
Yeah, and it's been that way ever since.
Oh yeah, and New York has too, pretty much. I mean, I'm going to say it was $1,800 every month for our 2-bedroom apartment. And I mean, we lived on the Lower East Side, so we weren't in the nice area,
right?
So that is not reflecting that at all. It's not reflecting the area because we lived across the street. I want to say it was 18-story low-income housing projects that was mainly Dominicans that lived there, and they were very racial. Very, like, they did not like white people whatsoever, dude.
No doubt.
Whatsoever. But yeah, that's the kind of we did not hang outside the building. I'll just say that we stayed inside. But yeah, it wasn't the best place to live, as far as like that 1,800 showing that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was in a nice area or Park Avenue or none of that. No, it was Lower East Side, right next to Williamsburg Bridge. So we had to deal with the sounds of the subway all day long, and still paying $1,800 for it.
Somebody in the chat said I lived in Yuba City, California. 2-bedroom apartment was 25. Yeah, it's not cheap. I mean, you can't even get a house around here for anything under $395. Christine wrote, nah, I'm not gonna run for governor, that's for sure. I have very little interest in politics. And when I say very little interest, I mean none.
Yeah, people don't really vibe with my political stance. So,
Well, the funny thing was that I have thought about
which
running for
I was
mayor.
gonna say, mine is non-political. Like, I don't like the right or the left as far as like what they've done, what they're doing,
Yeah,
what they
it's not
continue to do. I'm one of those small government guys. I'm one of those guys that
libertarian.
believes, a real libertarian, not one of these Trump libertarians or one of these new trendy libertarians. Like, I've not voted for a major party since the only time I did, right when I was 18. I learned my lesson, and I've not supported either party ever since.
Right.
So when I hate on Trump, believe me, I hated on Obama. I hate on Biden. I don't like any of them. I think they're not good for us. So a lot of people don't vibe with that because usually most people follow with what their parents were. And so you have, oh, you don't like Trump or you don't like Biden. It's like, dude, I don't like none of them. They're not good. I'm not for evil things. And to me, the government is evil. And I ain't talking about this QAnon shit. I'm talking about the real shit. And I think we all know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's why I just don't really talk about it because people get pissed off when I do.
Well, the thing is that like I'm into local politics,
Yeah.
like from my town, my county, because that actually affects me in my life, like
Well, yeah, of course.
very, very much.
Yep.
And so I have in the past thought about like running for like city planner or possibly mayor at some point, but like I'm 36, like I'm not trying to be a mayor of a town, I mean, I do like city planning or whatever,
Right.
but as for like big politics like governor or senator or anything like that, no,
Yeah.
thank you. It's
Absolutely.
not something I would ever be interested in.
But yeah, you're the local. That's where it really matters because that's where you pay more for the decisions being made than you will somebody doing it in Washington. Now, don't get me wrong. We're affected by what they do in Washington, but not nearly as quick or as hard as we are by our local government.
Right.
So if we're not involved and we just let that run wild, then
right.
When you're asking for it there. I mean, I tried to just not get into it. Because like I said, I mean, I have a tendency of saying things in a non-sugar-coated way, and people don't like it. And I am who I am. I'm always going to be that. I'm always going to say what I think and what I see. And I've just seen a lot of crooked things come from a lot of politicians my 49 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to do something good for my city, where I'm from. And I think if more people cared about where they're from or their neighborhood, life would probably be a little better. I mean, we got a grant we got a city grant to change or upgrade a park that's kind of near my house, but it's where all the kids would go play. And we got this nice grant to upgrade, and then we started hosting basketball, like outside basketball tournaments, like 3-on-3 tournaments,
right?
And, something for the kids to do. And I mean, that park now that it's all cleaned up with the proper lighting and all that stuff, it's flourishing.
Right.
And the kids have somewhere to go that is monitored. Like when I mean monitored is, like it's wide open, bright. You're not going to go there and do bad things, and,
Right.
and stuff like that. So,
But yeah, like you said, man, as far as your local goes, you got to sort of give a shit. You got to care about it.
right.
Even with assholes like Predator Hunter Nation. That's why I'm balls deep in this shit.
Right.
That's why. Because that was my hometown. That's still my hometown. Like, people ask me, where are you from? I tell them Newport, Tennessee. Because that's where I'm from. Somebody had to stand up to it, and I wasn't seeing any action, and there was a few of us that got tired of it, and yeah, that's what we did. The same kind of idea is try to make that change. Make things
well, I mean, you got to protect your. First of all, your family was attacked.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's one of those things where you can make more of a difference locally. And just by like little things, nothing that I've done has drastically changed anything other than, I would volunteer coach for teams that like rec teams that didn't have a coach.
Mhm.
So if they didn't have a coach, 10 kids wouldn't get to play, right? They'd be cut off the list. And somebody coached me when I was little. So I just, I would say, if you ever need somebody, I'll do that. But it's just little things like that, none of that stuff is like, you got to just take care of try and help your community as much as possible.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean,
and that's what you're doing. That's what you do by protecting.
Well, I mean, the law can only do so much. And it becomes a point of, it's a conflict for law enforcement and what their title is and what they're allowed to do. I'm pretty sure it's frowned upon to troll.
Yeah.
The way that we've trolled sometimes. Like, not that we did anything illegal, just relentless. Like,
right.
And I use some sensitive subject matter to do it. I think I was talking to you about that tonight before we went on. Some of the things that have triggered Ernie that come out of him being trolled, especially by me. Like, and people wonder why he hates me, and that's exactly why he hates me, because I've triggered him a lot. Sort of like what Nicolina's been doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that you can say to Ern, it's going to flip him. It don't matter what it is. He cannot control it. He does not have control over that. And
Right.
I mean, I was going through some old videos of where I had triggered Ernie, and where he just, like he likes to do, he rage quits. Well, he would come back, and he just gave the whole explanation on why he quit, and was basically saying he wasn't the killer that his family is and all this shit. But everything about him and everything around this case says he is. So that's why he triggers so hard over it. When somebody's like, oh, you set your brother up, did you? What'd you do? Shelby's going to be looking for you when he gets out. That kind of stuff. Yeah, it fucks with him because he knows. Because he knows. My opinion says everything that we've seen thus far, the wrong man is in jail for murder. Okay? Now, I don't believe Shelby's totally innocent in the situation, but I believe the trigger man is walking free. I personally do.
Well, there's certain evidence that just don't add up for Shelby to be the guy, because none of the weapons, the that were found, anything that was found that was damning on him, had his fingerprints. They were found in his truck. They were found in his jacket, which he says was Ernie's jacket.
Right.
They didn't have his fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, his story kind of holds weight.
Yep. And I mean, he's never ever said he killed the guy. He never did. Not anything that I've seen. He said from the time he was arrested and that TV station interviewed him that he did not pull the trigger and he was set up. I know that he said that he couldn't pull the trigger when he was in his questioning for the grand jury. That was his statement, that he couldn't pull the trigger because they asked him why he did. So
Why
even
was he
then,
so
he
nosy?
maintained that innocence. You know,
Why being so nosy? Did anyone see the last ROC live a bit ago? Some in chat thought it was Jimbo that was talking. That was talking what?
what are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I'm reading this thing on the screen, but what do you mean? Like they were saying that I was talking where, when, in what scenario?
Oh, I bet you Ernie could pass a polygraph. When you're that mental.
Well, I've heard that, like, if you actually believe
Yeah, of course.
you're telling
Yep.
the truth, that you pass those things quite often. That's one of the keys to passing it is that you believe what you're saying is true, and he is so rehearsed in what he said over the years.
Yep.
He tells the story the same exact way about the Savage Line and all that stuff. No, I did not see Ernie try to call Chris or pretend to call Chris Hansen this morning. Did not.
That doesn't surprise me.
An elderly man having issues. They thought that was me talking.
Well, I that wasn't. I had it playing in here, and it was some guy that's on oxygen apparently, or he's got a hose in his nose, and he was an elderly man. It wasn't Jimbo. I can tell you that.
Me talking like with Ernie?
Yeah, he was on panel with Ernie. Yeah, but that wasn't Jimbo.
No.
Jimbo was right there on panel when I was watching him on that other panel. So
Jimbo, why are you so bald though?
Well, I think the guy had really white hair and he was in the dark.
I got slick today. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, that guy was in the dark. So
Unreal, huh?
When I sit just right and I got my laptop down and it's not up on this little stand here,
Yeah.
the ceiling fan looks like my Inspector Gadget propellers. In that one video where I had my Dallas Cowboy boonie hat on, it looks like I've got the Gadget propellers. What y'all don't know is I actually hit the go Gadget button and flew away right after that video.
Got to powder your head next time.
Yeah, the Chris Hansen video that Ernie's got with him talking about how Ernie is such a great predator hunter and all that stuff is a cameo that you can pay $75 for. We've got the link. I was going to get one made for the stand just to make it look, to debunk Ernie's bullshit. But honestly, why waste $75? I still may do it just for the hell of it. But I don't want anybody thinking that, I'm trying to actually use that to make me look legit, because I don't need nothing. I'm not saying anything negative about Chris Hansen, but I don't need Chris Hansen to come out and make a video to try to get me over with people who want to donate money. That's what Ernie's all about. I'm going to show you how legit I am, so you can put money into my new website, and I'll send you a medallion and a action figure.
What kind of medallion?
Well, he hasn't got the design yet. It's going to have a tiger on it and a saying around a circle on the tiger. Has anybody seen a mock-up of the medallion by chance? I'm going to, Jason. We're going to do it. We've actually even had people offer to pay for it just to do it. Tony said he'd pitch in on it, but like I said, it's just $75. We may do it just for the heck of it. What's the stand? He'll say whatever you want him to say. That's not illegal. So we get him. We'll get him to put us over pretty good.
I don't know, dude. Knowing Hansen, he'd probably say something illegal.
$75.
Yeah,
$75.
he's cashed a couple bad checks in his time.
Oh no.
But he's done. But he had. that guy has done great work.
You know he has. I mean,
I love. I mean, you know how many people probably didn't show up because they thought it. A lot of people showed up thinking, "Oh, this could happen," but I would think a lot of people didn't show up because they're like, "Well, is this a?"
what if I show up to catch
It's
a
a scheme.
predator? Is there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was the way he did it. It was cool because it was legit on like a network, and they had police officers involved,
Right.
and that's the way to do it, man. And this PP Mass, I've never spoken to the guy. I've never had any interaction with him whatsoever. Some people have. Some people from our chat have. I have not, but I have seen some of his videos and some of the comments. He actually involves law enforcement, and he goes to court on these predators that he snatches, man. Like he follows through on it. He don't catch them and say, "Don't you ever do that again, or I'm gonna be back," and then let them go. Like all that does is, if you're really a sicko in the head, you think that's going to stop somebody? No, they're just going to say, "Well, I'm going to have to be more careful next time." And then that's what he does.
Kemper, have you ever been on the phone with Ernie before?
Nope.
PP.
I've only been on panel with him, and I've messaged with him. He's claimed he's tried to call me, but I've never received such calls.
Right.
So, yeah, I've never been on an actual phone connection with Ernie. No. And I'm 600 miles away from him on average. And he's
Got
still
him
a
on
bit.
that live one night, though, didn't you?
Huh?
Got him on that live stream one night, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you love that?
Dude,
That's the night Ernie, shelled up. Like he dared Kemper, dared me. Where you at? You guys, they're a bunch of pussies. They're scared. They're chicken shits. And then when we showed up, we're going to go get warrants. We're going to get restraining orders. They're on here bullying us. They're cyber bullying us. Made Kemper feel bad.
Yeah, I was just devastated over it.
Yeah, well, I was devastated when they canceled my interaction to join their group. Devastating.
Yeah, the lab is a jab.
Yeah, I still don't know what that means.
Who used to root for Donovan McNabb.
I used to drive cab.
And wouldn't pay his tab.
No, I paid my tab.
So he did pay his tab.
He paid his tab. He kicked Kemper in the nads.
Speaking of paying the tab, that's the one thing, one of the first things I saw in relation to Predator Hunter Nation was somebody sent me a Facebook link to where they had done something in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and ate at I want to say it was Bubba Gump's, and they ordered a bunch of food, and
There were $200 in food, and they
complained about it all, and then they didn't leave a tip.
Yep. No, did you see what they did after that when she complained?
What are you talking about?
Doxed her. Oh, they doxed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they attacked the lady. And ever since then it's been same stuff. And it was
around the same time they doxed that bank lady down in Tennessee or Florida or whatever it was.
Yeah.
She was doxing. They were doxing her over the inheritance thing.
Oh yeah, don't use this bank. Don't use this bank. They wouldn't give us all that money because we told them that it was ours.
Oh Lord.
Ernie was, messaging me at that time like, "Jimbo, what can we do? Like, I got a friend." He was talking about Tina. "I got a friend whose father's passed away, and he's left her some money, and but the bank won't let her have it." I was like, "Well, when did he die, Ernie?" "Today." Like, "Yeah, it's got to sit in probate." "No, man, he left it to her." I said, "Yeah, Ernie, it's still got to sit in probate in case he owes anybody any money out of his money." they'll get paid before whatever's left over goes out to whoever he's left it to. No, man, that ain't how it works. We're going there to get it tomorrow. Yeah. They marched in that bank, tried to demand that money, and they left broke.
Oh, good God Almighty!
I don't know that already.
But that's how Ernie and Tina roll, man. That's how they do.
Mm-hmm.
Constant.
Somebody has
Doxing.
a Hanson prediction.
Trying to make their own fucking rules, like everything.
I predict Hanson will love you, Josh. You're not the average bear.
Yabba dabba doo. Oh no, wait, that's the Flintstones.
Is that your Flintstones? Or, yeah, that's Flintstones. Who was
Yeah,
Yogi?
it's Flintstones. I don't know. What does Yogi the Bear do?
Yogi is like a picnic basket.
Yeah,
Give me a
that's right.
picnic basket.
We'll get a picnic basket.
Yeah. See, we know our bears around here.
Rawr.
Now, which one would you say would be more average? Yogi?
Well, I'm not the average bear, so I'm
What
not
about
like
Care?
you, dude.
What about Care? Care Bear?
I am a caring bearer.
The Kemper Bear.
Was it the plushie or whatever?
Plushie. Yeah, those Kemper plushie. That's what you get when you subscribe to our channel. The Kemper plushie. May or may not be a fickle. We're going to get like something for Josh too. Like he's here enough where we can make some kind of profit off of Josh. Let's have a Josh. I don't know. Sucker. That's the first thing.
Sucker.
Just kidding, Josh. Thank you, Mayflower.
Yeah, boo-boo.
I heard Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo. Boo Boo's his nephew. Good night, Jimbo, Kemper, Josh, Mods, and chat. I need my bed. Good night, Mayflower. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us so late. Mayflower's here, I think, just about every time we're on live. So,
Hey, boo boo.
appreciate that.
You want a picnic basket? A Josh Snuggie. A sucker? What's that
There you
supposed
go.
to be?
A snuggie. You're not going to get me stuck on that sucker, man. I messed up. I take it back.
No, say it. Josh is a sucker.
No, I said we're going to have a Josh sucker. That's what we'll sell.
We could do a Snuggie. I could be, yeah.
Want a Snuggie? Kemper's got the plushie. Josh will have the Snuggie.
Sure.
Now I'm jealous of Ernie, so I gotta have me in the action figure. My jealousy issues. My wife's here. Y'all say hi to Miss Thelma, Miss Collins.
Hi, Miss Thelma.
We had a gun wielding idiot down there trying to shoot my dog, and my wife runs down there right in front of him to try to save her dog today.
She didn't shoot my dog.
No.
Well, if
No.
he'd shot
He shot at me.
It doesn't matter if he had shot me while I was getting my dog. He went to jail for murder.
No, he went to hell because I would have killed him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would have been down there before the cops got there. We called 911, told that the dude had shot at me. Like he fired a shot at me.
Like tried to hit you.
Yes, and it took them 20 friggin' minutes to get here.
Well, honey, you wasn't bleeding to death.
How did they know?
Well, luckily, yeah. But
We do live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
people
I'm
do shoot.
assuming we need to put a gun in our car, and when he shoots at us, we're just going to shoot back. The problem is that he's crazy and he ain't very good at aim.
Yeah, well, he's terrible aim. Like I got the video of him shooting at my dog. He's running behind my dog, like probably within 7 to 10 feet of it, and he shoots and he don't hit the dog. And my dog was not a little bitty dog. And then he was probably 20 feet from me when he shot at me, and I was in the truck. He didn't hit me or the truck. Like, just terrible shot. Thank God. Thank God for terrible
I
shot.
think he's senile, and they need to come take his toys away.
He's definitely not Ernie Shell, because you see that shot on that mask from
Oh, good
a
God
little bit of
Almighty!
distance?
Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, that was a bullseye, man. That's expert shooting right there. Expert shooting.
All right. Well, I mean, I have a different word for it.
You know how you get too old to have driver's license? I think he might be too old to own guns.
Well, he's definitely not stable enough to have a gun. You don't shoot at somebody. You don't, like we have never even talked. I've never even talked to the guy.
Yeah, I thought about dressing up and going up to the county attorney tomorrow because he was sitting down there on his porch when I drove by earlier with that gun in his lap. So,
Really?
Yeah. So
Just
I
daring
think
us.
I think that he is a little senile.
Yeah, he's got a problem. We got
Yeah.
another video of the lightning tiger here. We got a steel
Training is perception is reality until proven otherwise. Or they couldn't prove it otherwise that it wouldn't. So that's what happened. I was able to actually get an annulment, and
What?
An omelet. He was able to get an omelet.
He was able to get an omelet, like eggs and bacon and all the omelet stuff.
Yeah, it was bacon, eggs, and an omelet.
training is perception is reality until proven otherwise.
Perception is reality until proven otherwise.
Or they couldn't prove it otherwise that it wouldn't. So
What's
that's what
that
happened.
all about?
I was able to actually get an annulment, and
Yeah, he was able to get an omelet and
Moment.
breakfast burrito too.
Let's dive into that statement.
Which one? This the one
Perception.
that we just heard?
Perception is reality until proven otherwise.
training
Is that true?
perception is reality until proven otherwise. Training is perception is reality until proven otherwise. Training is perception is reality until proven otherwise.
No, that's not true.
Or they couldn't prove it otherwise that it wouldn't.
Did he just confuses the shit out of everybody? They couldn't prove otherwise it wasn't. So I
That
got
might be one. That might be the first sentence where everybody's lost in the first three words. Because usually you have to listen a little bit and go, well, "What are you talking about?" But you can take the first three words of what he says, and you're already confused.
Yeah.
Training is perception is reality.
Perception is reality. You've lost me right there.
That's absolutely untrue.
Well,
Perception is the opposite of reality. It's perception.
right. I'm Kemper. Are you lost in the first three words?
No.
Oh, you understand this?
Once you hear it so much, you know it. You get it.
Until proven otherwise. Or they couldn't prove it otherwise that it wouldn't.
So I guess you know what that meant too, Kemper.
So that's what happened. I was able to actually get an annulment, and
Think they had orange juice at that omelet buffet?
I don't know about orange juice. They had some kind of juice.
I was able to get an omelet. He's trying to say annulment, right?
I think so. Yeah, that's what Thelma said.
But it
What-
wasn't even close. It
Oh.
literally sounded like an omelet.
Yeah, annulment.
I was able to get an omelet.
Yeah, he's been married like 3 or 4 times. And the girl, like when Shelby first got out of prison, he hooked up with Ernie's current wife. Like he was still married to her. And that's what he's trying to explain that. Well, like, I thought we were annulled, No, you didn't. Mama Collins is wanting to say something to you guys before she turns in.
Tater and girls, you need some Pioneer Woman stuff.
Oh, Lord, see what I deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Daily basis. Pioneer woman.
Have a good night.
She gone now.
An omelet.
An omelet.
Operation
Perception is
Earn
reality.
Horse.
She eat that omelet. Good God Almighty.
You don't even know what you just done, Jimbo. You've activated Operation Earn Horse. You've got yourself caught in Operation Earn Horse.
Are you saying iron horse or earn horse?
Earn Horse. You heard me,
No,
Jimbo.
no,
Don't
I
play Dumbo, Jimbo.
didn't.
I know you can't. I know you can't. You can't keep up with me. I know you can't.
Cannot.
You can't do it. You can't do it because the reception is the priority of the receptors.
There you go, Kemper. Peanut butter mayo omelet.
Oh,
No. Well, I don't know. That might be good, man, because I like mayo and egg sandwiches. So, and
you're not gonna like peanut butter on an egg.
I don't know. I've had it in an indirect way, having scrambled eggs on a plate when I've had waffles with peanut butter or pancakes with peanut butter. So,
My oldest son eats ketchup with everything. Like, it's not as bad as it used to be, but when he was a smaller boy, like, probably 10 or 12 years old, he would literally dip his cake, like chocolate cake, in ketchup.
That's
And eat it.
disgusting.
Oh gosh, it's disgusting. But he won't eat any like food without ketchup.
Well, when they say when you do that, you've activated Operation Iron Horse.
Iron Horse.
I was able to get an omelet.
Christine Rose, it's funny you say that. He came in my bedroom the other night with a bottle of ketchup and actually 2 bottles of ketchup. And he said, these 2 brands are the only 2 brands of ketchup you should ever buy. I was like, son, when we go to a certain store, if they don't have those brands, we get whatever ketchup. He goes, no, Dad, go to another store. I'm serious. So, okay, Mr. Ketchup, I will go to another store to make sure you get your brand.
Some ketchup, if you get an off-brand, it doesn't taste good sometimes.
Yeah, the one he absolutely will not eat is the Great Value from Walmart, the Walmart brand.
Right.
Yeah, he says there's absolutely no way. It's a waste of money. Don't even bring it home.
Well,
but it's so cheap.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he make the money? That's a side effect of Operation Iron Horse.
Oh gosh, that may be the name of tomorrow night's show.
We gotta find a list of all the operations he's done, and then rank them by name.
he's not really had too many of them named, to be honest with you.
Oh, but does he have more than one though?
This is a new trend. The only thing that he's named is his little groups.
Oh, okay. But
Like
he is starting to name his operations. Though.
Yeah, this is a new thing for him.
So
yeah.
Operation Iron Horse is one.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the first 2 that I heard him speak of.
What's the other?
Iron Horse and Trojan Horse, I think, were the same operation. I think it just changed overnight, the actual wording.
Right.
Like it was Operation Iron Horse that night. The next morning, Operation Trojan Horse was a success.
What is it with why is he obsessed with horses?
Well, I don't know.
So Operation Trojan Horse morphed into Operation Iron Horse?
Kaz has got you right there.
That's another one?
Operation From Behind. So
we have Operation Iron Horse, Operation Trojan Horse, and Operation From Behind. Or are you goofing with me?
Oh, I'm goofing with you on that one.
So
Operation
From Behind, that was
Road.
Okay, you were trying to get me to say something like
Operation
insinuating I'm gay. I got you.
Operation Beyond Stupid.
Operation From Behind. I thought that was a real operation, you guys. Not cool. Kemper, how'd you let me step in that horse manure?
It's you, boss. You in your own lane over, ain't you?
I don't know. Or Operation Iron Horse. Operation Rubber Balls.
Yeah.
That's a real one?
Operation.
That's the Matt Kemper one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So that's a real one, not like From Behind.
No, I think that's what it's been named. He claimed that I planned and carried out an attack on him when he fell on that black ice.
Operation Bulldog. So there are a few.
That's Jamie, yeah.
What's Highway Horse?
That was recently. That was after the whole Trojan Horse and all that shit happened.
Dude.
The Operation Bulldog and all that, because he actually named one of his live streams Operation Bulldog. And they were talking about Jamie, so yeah. But
probably in the past 2 weeks, all that has happened.
Did you guys see the video of? I think it was from yesterday's one of their either Rock or PHN with Tina, Xander, and Ernie on their live stream, and they were talking about and Candace. They were talking about the lack of teeth, and Tina was like, "I can't get my tooth fixed because Xander says that's a deal breaker if I get it fixed."
What?
Yeah, it was quite. Somebody sent me that. Let me pull up that email and I'll.
Lack of teeth.
Actually, I'll try to email it to you, Josh. That way you can throw it on your. Josh is much better at StreamYard than I am.
I'm kind of here just for training sessions, really.
Yes, he's awesome. We appreciate it. He's going to send us a bill in the mail.
I will not.
Send it to Operation Earn Horse.
Yeah. Care of Operation Earn Horse.
Yes, please. Earn is coming to you. Downtown. Here we go.
Dude, you'll be seeing Jimbo and Kemper will be using StreamYard like pros in no time.
Yep. Now that I got a Chromebook, I can start doing things.
Easy, yeah. Yep. Once you figure it out, it's really easy.
Yeah, I've not got to go and play around on it yet, but I just opened up a StreamYard today to see what it's like. Yeah, it's going to take me a minute.
Yeah, it won't take you long. I mean, trust me, if
but there's a lot of people, Jimbo, and well, there's you, there's mods that we have that know StreamYard, so I'll have help.
oh, absolutely, yeah, you'll be flying. Do you have a mouse?
Yep.
Okay, because it's helpful.
Well, I was going to say I got a Chromebook gifted to me, but I went and bought a USB keyboard and mouse both.
Yep.
Just to make it easier, so it became a monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, no, that's smart though.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
And you'll be flying. Did you email it to me?
I did. It may not be through yet. It may not have come yet. It's still in my outbox. So
It's that Kentucky Wi-Fi.
well, yeah. When I lost signal, when the Wi-Fi went down, I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone, so I had to turn it back on just now, and it may not have. Oh, there we go. Now see if you got it.
Yes.
You did get it?
Yeah, I did. Give me 1 second and I'll play it for you.
This is great. Not sure how long it is. We may have to stop it in a few seconds and say something. Iron Horse. You guys don't want to miss this video. It's very enlightening about the tooth. The tooth will set you free.
This is this 37-second clip right here.
Yeah, I think so. Now, are you putting that in a slide and playing that through a slide?
I'm just on a separate monitor.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got
But
a spare-
man, that bitch is uncontrollable. She is a
Well-
nasty, toothless bitch.
Yikes.
Now, wait a minute. Let's not be calling people toothless here. We try to preserve and help every tooth.
Look, I ain't got no teeth, motherfucker, and I still
If we
call her
don't give a
toothless
fuck
bitch.
about his broken one. Actually, he gives all the fucks about it because that's why it stays. He says it's a deal breaker if I fix it.
Look, I ain't got no teeth, and I'll call every other woman that's got a tooth hanging snarly in the tooth of bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wouldn't even be able to tell she's missing a daughter.
That's no, man. Like that don't come up, man. Like, and I used to kind of advocate for them, like her and her husband, because I really don't. I didn't know. I know a lot more now than I did, because you really just. I mean, on YouTube, it's hard not to see it. But
Well,
now
a lot
that
of your
I've actually
people.
now that I've actually started paying attention to it,
Yeah.
like for me, like every second of every day, I would be pleading, please help me find my daughter.
Yeah,
That would be the only thing in the world that would matter to me.
I say this all the time on my show that I can't stand that I got involved in this case because it's frustrating and heartbreaking. And the only joy I get out of it, which is none, but except dragging those parents through the mud for the things that they've done that, because they weren't very good to their kids. Now, that's a separate issue than some are missing, but I have my own opinions about that as well. And this kind of stuff right here.
But man, that bitch is uncontrollable. She is a nasty, toothless bitch.
So she doesn't have any teeth herself, but like, it's weird.
Now, wait a minute. Let's not be calling people toothless here. We try to preserve and help every tooth.
Look, I ain't got no teeth, motherfucker, and I still
We
call
don't
it
give a
toothless
fuck
bitch.
about his broken one. Actually, he gives all the fucks about it because that's why it stays. He says it's a deal breaker if I fix it.
Look, I ain't got no teeth, and I'll call every other woman that's got a tooth hanging snarly in the tooth of bridge.
Oh my god.
Class.
Yeah. And what if that? I don't even know who they're talking to, but what if that person could actually help them? Or I don't know.
Red Ruby Sky. I'm not going to talk about it here because this isn't really what this channel is about. But if you head on over to the lab, you'll catch my vibe pretty quick.
I will check it out.
Not you.
What about prayers? You want people to pray for you, and you're just being nasty. Do you really want prayers? Do you really want people to know? Like the one thing, I don't know if you saw, I had a brief interaction with her on that outlaw trucker yesterday. And then, she wouldn't hear anything about anything else other than, just y'all quit picking on Ernie. Like, and they were telling her, if you really have a phone that's got some significant data on it, you need to make sure the authorities have that. And then she said she did. So I let it go. She said she gave it to the authorities.
Right.
But before that, she was saying, well, me and Donnie have an understanding. We don't go through each other's phones. Well, I don't give a damn about no understanding. If I think my wife has had something to do with one of my children not being here anymore, by God, I'm going through that phone, and hell or high water couldn't stop me.
But see, Jimbo, that's the kind of stuff that starts to add up to getting pissed off about this case. And the fact is that you have people that sometimes, for maybe just because it's a Wednesday, decide to stir something up, and it happens from a lot of different people. And then the people that genuinely care about the case get up in arms and reactive. And so I would say every 3 weeks to a month, there's been something like this in this case. I mean, going back 9 months, and it pulls at people's heartstrings,
Yeah.
And so when somebody says, oh, we have new information in the Summer Wells case, well, people want to hear that. But the problem is a lot of it is just clickbait. A lot of it isn't real. And my kind of thing was, my parents, my dad specifically was not a good person, and he didn't do right by my family, which caused me a lot of problems as a kid and growing up. And I like to call out people who aren't taking care of children the way that they should.
Yeah.
And everything that I see is just a sideshow unto itself. And I feel like, and I say this on my show, that I want to try to be as reasonable as possible when it comes to this case.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a very weird case. I've never seen anything like it. And this isn't the first crime case I've been a part of.
Right.
And so I've just never seen these kind of characters and bottom feeders and people that have their own agenda.
Yeah.
When it comes
That's what
to,
makes it disgusting to me.
Yeah.
Is the, like you said, the clickbait, an arrest made, or, this, and just using the little girl's name over and over.
Well, a lot of the clickbait has been by the parents themselves.
I know. And Red Ruby's guy, I'll give you, I don't have a big elaborate opinion. What I do think is I do not believe there was any kind of abduction. At first, I kind of thought there was, because of just what I saw and heard in the news clippings that I saw, about the dogs losing scent and all that stuff. But the more I have actually paid attention here recently, I do not think there was an abduction. I do think that the answers can be found right there within the family and the home.
Well, and let me tell you why, and just solidify why the whole abduction theory doesn't work. Because there is this team, they're called the CARD team, the FBI CARD team. All right. It's a rapid response team for child abductions and child trafficking.
Yes.
And they're high level FBI, stuff.
The best at what they do.
Correct. And if they had an inkling, like even a shred, and they wouldn't need much to follow up on it, they went through everything, and they said that they could find absolutely no evidence that an abduction had occurred that day.
Right.
And that there was no evidence that there was an abduction of her at all, even if it was previous days. Trafficking, they checked that out too.
Yeah.
And where these people live is a very remote place. Kingsport is a remote place, and where the Wells live is even more remote. It's on a hill surrounded by
other hills.
Right.
I mean, it's a holler, man.
And the driveway is a long driveway. Okay.
That's what we were talking about tonight before we went on, was the location. Babies just don't disappear from places like that. There's always something a trace of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not. So that, to me, that tells me somebody cleaned something up.
That's the likely scenario is an accident cover up, because it happens a lot. And they're the kind of folks that would do that because they have a lot to lose. They have a lot of past history with law enforcement. They don't like law enforcement.
Well, they got past history with neglecting their children.
Yep.
And abusing by his own admission.
Correct.
So there's a lot going on there anyway. And then you add the I don't know if it's chemical dependency, but it's definitely abuse that's going on. That tells me that is most likely the common denominator right there. That's the thing. That's what you need to look at to find out what happened.
Yeah, and there's
That's what I
another
heard.
case. There's another case that we talk about. It's the Michael Vaughn case. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one at all, but
Yeah. Utah.
little boy goes
Yeah.
missing
Is
with
that
his
the monkey?
monkey.
Yep.
Michael
Yeah,
Vaughn.
I just read a little bit about that yesterday.
Yep. And I actually talked to the mother and have contact with her, and she's been on my show before. And so the difference between the two parents couldn't be more different. Now, people in that case, because the dad was in custody of the boy last, and he doesn't talk to the media.
Yeah.
People have gone after him, things like that. But even if you say something, they'll still find a way. But what happens is this boy was spotted at 3 different neighbors' house knocking on the doors. Okay, like he had went out the back gate. That was true how he got out of the house. And it wasn't the first time. And he was knocking on doors prior to him going missing. But he lived in a neighborhood. So they believe that the abduction theory is possible. There are people that think that the father knows more than, and I just, I feel as though if they had any inclination that he was involved, because the mother was at work when this happened. She was on work on camera getting the phone call that he went missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
She begs and pleads and begs and pleads for her little boy day and night. She's not on lives, talking about calling people toothless bees and whatever.
She's heartbroken.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, look, the same thing that I told Brandy, I said, cause she goes, people it sounds like the father has some extreme, he feels ashamed and guilty that the kid went missing on his watch.
Right.
And which is totally possible. But people take silence as, an admission of guilt. But then you look at the Wells and go, all they do is talk, and it makes them look guilty too.
Yeah.
It's not going to change anybody's mind about the dad, whether he talks or not. The fact of the matter is he was in charge of the boy when he went missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, it's sad. And the difference between the two mothers couldn't be more apparent.
Yeah. Night and day difference, dude.
Yeah. It hurts. It hurts.
I mean,
me
I was going to say it's possible that Candace is reacting this way, and this is her reaction to it, but I doubt it. I mean, there's always possibilities, but this kind of reaction from a mother has a missing daughter, I just don't get it, man. I wouldn't be doing what she's doing with anybody. I wouldn't. I would be trying to find my kid. I wouldn't be getting drunk, getting high, fucking around on social media. I wouldn't be doing that. The only thing I'd be doing on social media, if anything, was be looking for my child. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what I'm seeing from her at all.
I'm telling you right now, knowing what I know about social media and the news, I wouldn't be giving interviews, personal interviews with people, to anybody. And what it would be was, please, if you have any information as to where my child is, I'm working with law enforcement nonstop. I've done everything that law enforcement has asked me. If you have any information, please contact them for my child. That's the extent of the interview you would get from me. Because if you're out there doing what you're supposed to be doing by pleading, then fine. You don't necessarily have to answer to the public, but you do have to answer to law enforcement. And you owe that to your child. So if the father is in fact working with law enforcement, and by every inclination and report says that he does, and he has, well, you know, it takes a little bit of the spotlight off of him, but it will never, until the boy is found.
Right.
It's just never going to go away.
No.
It's always.
Doohickey said she'd buy all the stock of a Kemper plushie. I don't know. I threw a poll up. Would you buy a Kemper plushie?
Yeah, I put no.
You said no?
I said no, yeah.
Oh, man.
Josh is a hater, man. He's all about the O-Town, man. You know.
Josh, you've been drinking that Haterade.
I drank a Diet Coke earlier. It's good.
That's Haterade.
You don't like Diet Coke?
I like Diet Pepsi. I don't like Diet Coke.
Sick. Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Kemper, what do you like?
Water, coffee, and tea. I don't even do pop.
Water,
And yeah, I called it
coffee,
pop.
and tea.
Yep. I like leaves and beans.
You don't. Wow. You don't even kick yourself a vitamin
I might-
water or nothing?
No, like I'm sitting here drinking a Donald Duck orange juice right now.
That goes hard. I love Donald Duck orange juice.
Yep. That's that grade school orange juice they used to serve us, man. It's like one of those memory things for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got some orange juice tonight.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, as far as like now, every once in a while, I'll get me like a triple shot Monster or something, like a Java, but I don't do like the carbonated energy drinks, and I barely do the Monsters. I usually just go to Big B's and get me a quad shot and go to work, that kind of thing. So
Right. Yeah, I'm a.
Hey, you guys want to watch a video about Ernie scamming somebody?
Sure.
Good. Let's watch this.
I'm sad and disappointed that I have to make a video like this today. But yesterday I posted a video doing an unboxing and review of this mask. It's a Part 7 Jason mask. It was given to me by Ernie Shell. And a little after it had been posted, I got a message from Tony Jarvis, who was also a hockey mask maker. And he claimed that I had been scammed and that the mask was actually painted by him, given to Cody Huskins, and apparently stolen by Ernie Shell. Little touch-up paint work and maybe modifying the scratches a little bit, and then sent to me, claiming to be the mask that I ordered. From the research that I've been able to find, apparently this Cody Huskins and Ernie Shell were friends. Something about a woman got involved. Now they're not friends, and it's being claimed that he stole the mask and sent it to me. Now, I don't care about his problems with his friend or his problem with his women. You know, I care if I got a stolen mask. So now, obviously, I'm not just going to believe this person that, I mean, I've seen his work. He does great work, but, you know, some random person telling me this, I want proof. So he sent me a bunch of pictures of him actually working on it, of Cody actually wearing it. And, you know, I started looking at them, and you can't compare exactly paint color because that can be affected by light and the camera you're using. So in the pictures I'm going to post, what you need to look at are the details, the scratches, the physical cuts into the mask, you know, the distance between the eyes and the chevron, all of those types of things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the mask that I received on the right and the mask that Tony made on the left. Now, they look very similar. Now, there are some differences, almost like some of the marks might have been widened a little bit, or, you know, some of the areas darkened up a little bit. a little suspicious at this point. So next up, I took a look down here at the mouth area. And this appears to be the least altered area. And we're going to do a close-up on this. And my mask, again, is on the right. And the one that Tony made is on the left. And I'm going to superimpose them now. And I'm going to superimpose it and offset it just a little so that you can see, the marks right next to each other. And as you can see from here, looks damn close. Now let's move them down and line them up together. All right, now you can see they match up 100% perfectly. There is no way that two masks can line up that perfect. Okay, so when you're making these marks and everything, they're like fingerprints. The distance measured from the hole to the line, between it and the next line, at the end where you pull the Dremel up and it tails off, they can be similar, they can be very close, but there is no way it can be perfectly matched up. It just can't happen. The Dremel you used one day might be wore down a little from the Dremel bit that was in the one you're using to make this other mask. Or you might push a little bit harder and make the line a little wider. Maybe you started just a millimeter down further than you did on a different mask. You can make masks very close, but you cannot make them perfect. So after examining and comparing these masks, I've determined that this is indeed the mask that was stolen that Tony told me about. So I'm going to be returning it to its rightful owner. That being said, Ernie, I don't know how you justify doing something like this, whether you had problems with somebody or not, whether they did you wrong or not. Stealing something and sending it to me, claiming it to be your work, is not right. I had 2 previous transactions with Ernie. I made videos doing reviews and unboxing of his masks that he sent me. I've always been a big supporter because I've had nothing but good experiences until now. And I stood up for you on Facebook when people would claim, that you had stiffed them, that they'd been waiting for years. And I'm like, well, I ordered a mask and it got here, in a couple weeks. And every transaction I've always had has been good. No more. I am so disappointed. I'm done. I don't want any more to do with him, any more contact. I'm going to be removing those videos. I'll make sure this gets returned to Cody. And you know what? Buyer beware.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but Ernie probably knocked himself out of a ton of money. You see that guy set up in his house there? The theater, like the theater room with the elevated chairs on different rows, and then all those like life-size, horror people in the back, like figures of Jason and Michael Myers and all those expensive masks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
By being dishonest and using somebody else's work, he probably knocked himself out of pretty good money right there, because I'm sure he charged this guy, more than what normal people would pay, because he probably smelled blood, the sharks in the blood, how Ernie is. He likes that sharks and piranhas type.
Or do we just dump the whole fucking bucket of blood on them and let those networks underneath them, those sharks, have one hell of a feast?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that one. So, but yeah, that's just the, typical dishonesty. And that's, the people who know him through those days and have followed him up and have known him through the wrestling events and the horror convention events and the mask sales. Now they see that he's doing this new thing and they just don't believe it, because all he's ever done is lie about who he is and what he does. Ever. Kemper's got a new avatar. Is that a lightning tiger?
He's muted. I don't think he knows he's muted.
He's probably talking to us.
I was sorry.
Why you mofos keep talking and not act like you don't hear me? Yes, Taylor Smith, underneath them. You got that right. Underneath them. Yeah, love that avatar, Kemper. Love it.
I have to thank the person that sent it. I'm not allowed to say who it is, but they've sent a couple of pieces of work that I just posted on the Tales of a Lycan page. And, well, I'll send you what I've got so you can see. You can post it if you want.
Spooky said that's a liger.
So that there and there. Now that first one is awesome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's good work, man.
Yep.
Heck
Like I said, I got to thank the person that made it and sent it. Thank you. Thank you.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Look, Kemper's making those networks, those connections. One of these days, he's going to drop the whole effing bucket of blood on them. Let those sharks underneath them. That is cool.
It was Sticky that sent it. Those pictures. Sticky's the one that sent it.
Oh, cool.
Yep. I believe that's their YouTube handle. So
Awesome.
Yep.
Cass said, was it Ern? Tell us it was him. No. Wasn't Ern.
Nope.
Are you going to use that other one too? You going to swap them out every now and then?
I don't know if I'm going to have sausages on. Show it. You can put it on the screen, can't you?
Yeah. Hang on a second. Pull that.
I was gonna say.
That's awesome.
I'm not about having sausages on my profile pic, but whatever. Even though I have had Ernie on there. He's a cocktail sausage.
Grindr.com.
Well, I heard I had a profile there or something, account, whatever you want to call it.
You heard? There you go. Check that one out, guys.
Hell yeah, dude. That's funny.
Beyond stupid wieners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
That's good shit.
I love the soundbite. See, I'm going to get me a studio set up where I can just, at the press of a button, I can get those little sound bites.
We can make that happen.
Cool. All right, guys. A 1 in the chat if you like the Beyond Stupid better, or the Lightning Tiger is a 2 in the chat. Now, not as a profile pic. He's not going to put sausages as a profile pic. Just overall. They're both great. Just tell us 1 for the Beyond Stupid, 2 for the Lightning Tiger photo. Which one? And they're both by the same person, so you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings.
I think that I like the Beyond Stupid one.
I do too. It's awesome. And just that being from her, like from Ernie, that wouldn't even been as funny because he is Beyond Stupid. But that monumental troll of his saying that and laughing all cocky, but right before she says it, she says, they think we're stupid. We're beyond stupid. And that was just the funniest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it couldn't be any better.
Yep.
They all like it. They like them both. It's
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I think you should use that one. I'm a fan of the wieners.
There you have it.
That came out.
Now,
I'm going to leave that one alone, man.
Came out wrong.
Never mind.
Of course, those wieners came out wrong.
O-Town.
Frig off, Kemper. You love the O-Town, don't you?
Know who O-Town is and that you tried out for him and shit.
What did you say?
Dude, honestly, I'm sort of jealous because I was one of those people back in the day that was breaking down 4-part to Shy, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I get it.
We need to play some O-Town music on here one night just to set the tone. Not the tone loc.
No.
Can I ask what tone you're trying to set with that kind of music, man?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of music it is. I've never heard of them.
It's
like NSYNC.
yeah. It's like almost boy bandish, if you will. I mean,
NSYNC has a couple songs I like. So did
like it was a
on the Box.
it was like a I guess a hybrid of like New Kids and Boyz II Men or something. You know what I mean? Not putting you down, Josh. Don't get mad, man.
Good, buddy.
No, like I said, really, dude, I really did dig that kind of thing back then, dude. I still do. So
I was 16. And I'm telling you that I wasn't even like that into it. But the O-Town thing, like,
right.
Yeah. But like,
singing, yes, absolutely. With a specific, it didn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, hell, our quartet performed at Dollywood quite a bit.
oh, really?
Yeah, like I said, it was sometimes we'd break down some barbershop stuff. I mean, but most of the time it was like your basic Jodeci and Boyz II Men kind of shit, you know. That's what we did. I mean, we go to the mall and just break it down right in the middle, right there where the stage was, and we would draw a crowd. It was fun to perform, you know.
So you can
just
sing.
to sing a little bit, not as well as I used to, but I can carry a tune.
Jenny wants to hear you sing, Josh. She said, "Can Josh sing a song along, please?" Oh, sing along. I guess when we play the
O-Town
song. Yeah. Well, I have to look it up. I have to look something up, and we'll have Josh on another night. And
Their big hit was All or Nothing.
All or
Mhm.
Nothing.
Yep.
I wonder if I'd get copyright.
Probably.
If I play
Probably not. Nobody cares anymore.
Right.
Are they not relevant at all? Like nobody.
I mean, you can play maybe like 13 seconds, I think.
Who was there?
You can always trim it out if they strike you too. It's easy.
What was the name of the song? Oh, what?
All or Nothing.
All or Nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why people this stuff.
I mean, I used to. That was one of my favorite things was performing. It didn't matter if it was singing or playing an instrument or whatever. I mean, it was. Yeah, I can play the bass guitar, trombone, baritone.
Skin flute.
Hey, leave me out of that one. That's all you, dog.
What is wrong with me?
He's seen that pack of sausages and now he's all moist, you know.
Always love. Thanks for the laughs. Thank you. Always appreciate that.
Sorry.
Got excited. The sausages excited me.
Let me go to. I guess let's see if we got it on YouTube anywhere.
I mean, I can bring it up for you. So
You got
I'm
it?
sure you got it on a playlist, buddy.
I
Drop
don't.
it up there. Let's have it up there. Just play like 10 seconds so and don't get us. But I don't know about that. Like we didn't play 15 seconds of Eye of the Tiger either, and they sent me an email like, which it really doesn't.
But I don't
strike.
think it wasn't a strike though, was it?
No, it's not really a strike. It just sends you an email saying like that part of any video that's monetized that they'll get the monetization. I mean, I really don't care about that either.
Well, you can always cut it out.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You have to show me how to do that too, because I've been trying to.
It's so stupid.
Older, you know I'd fight for you, but how can I fight someone who isn't even there?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of time I would say.
So I'm on. Or are we just friends? Is this how we end with the same?
All right, so there you go.
There you go. O-Town.
I remember that song.
It's a good song though.
I was gonna say I was doing all that back in between 92 and 95.
I was not in that band. Contrary to what people say.
He almost was in that band.
I tried out for the band.
Kemper doesn't want to brag, but he was a member of the B Sharps. You holding something back from us, Kemper? Are we a B Sharp?
No.
He's more of a C sharp kind of guy.
Ah,
He's a C cup kind of guy.
never gonna leave that down. Teacups and C cups.
Well, look, I was in a boy band and Kemper has C cups.
Again,
That's
you're
what it is.
jealous.
And I'm fat.
You wish you had your own C cups, dude.
I
Don't
got
even play.
I got like half these.
You see that, Jimbo?
Yes, yeah. We'll ask everybody else too. If you guys don't care, say a prayer for Jamie and seeing good vibes and prayers his way. He was going to do a live today, but really isn't doing well. I may try to call him tomorrow. He's feeling all right. I'll text him first and see if he's able to take a call, if he feels like talking. See what's up.
Yep.
I really do genuinely like Jamie. Man, he's like just a good old boy, man. You know, like many of the people I grew up around and with, in the country, just says what he believes. You know what I mean? Says it, and he doesn't care if you like it or if you don't like it. He's going to let you know how he feels about it. And that's cool with me, man.
Is there something like, is it personal that's wrong with him?
He's been having some kind of heart issues. He's a valve, something.
He's got a leaky valve.
Yeah.
Is what he told me. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the doctors have had him off work, and like we put his cash app up a few times, and one night we left it up all night. The Bernie and Jamie thing, we left it up. I don't know if anybody even gave him anything because I didn't ask, but I hate for anybody to be in a bad way like that, especially a good man like that, good person. He sure took up for me. Like he got on there the other day with that Lisa for Tony, and she was trying to be all nice to everybody, 'cause she kept still offhandedly talking shit about me, but Jamie was like, F you, bitch. You try to get my friend fired from his coaching job. You're a fucking bitch to me. Well, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that, buddy. No, Jamie says the things that sometimes I would like to say, but I hold back. I think I'm a little older than Jamie, so I've mellowed out quite a bit over the years. Yeah, Jamie's a good man. He's a good guy. And buddy, you talk about somebody who has been dragged through the mud by that group of imbeciles, like just
Yeah, well,
flat
that's
out.
what I was going to ask. Can you give me the skinny?
Oh man, they've made up stuff like accusing him of SA.
Well, how'd they come into contact?
He went to meet them because he was with us, our little group in the local community Facebook pages, and he was part of the people that were standing up to their bullshit. Well, they invited him to come down there and meet them and just see for himself, and they had made comments that they couldn't be infiltrated, yada yada. So he went and met them, infiltrated them, hung out with them for a few months, and left. And he come out and was like telling all kinds of shit on them. And when I say shit, he brought facts with him. He brought the proof that he backed him up, So, and what he has told me is the same thing that I've had multiple people tell me about the dealings that go on at the Hemp Cafe. And, it's too consistent of stories from people that don't know each other to be telling. It really is.
Yeah.
From their secretive back room to their drug dealings to them microdosing their children to where they live or sleep in the business, the kids basically sleep in a garage, and they're locked in it at night from what I've been told by multiple people. I don't know if that's true, but like I said, too many consistencies from people that don't know each other telling the same story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that tells me it's more than likely true.
But
More
it's
than
still
likely.
alleged.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying more than
Right.
likely. But
But still,
yeah,
it's yeah.
I mean, it's too consistent. And the thing is this is the same kind of stuff I was knowing about before there was an Ernie Shell. The stuff that they were doing at their hemp cafe. Before Ernie was even on the scene, everybody in town talked about how they were selling drugs out of there, how Tina was crazy, how they were lying on people, slandering. Like they truly did go after the local businesses and figures in the community. They did. And their whole claim the whole time was either cannibalism or pedophilia. That's what they've done this entire time. So when they say they were doing all this before QAnon, yeah, they were. They were. But that don't mean they're not part of it. You know, it's all the same shit. But yeah, dude, there's too many.
Jamie infiltrated them and got inside on them and then told everybody what they were doing.
Mhm.
So they couldn't come with anything truthful on Jamie.
Mhm.
So they started just making up crazy stuff.
Well, I mean,
He
sorry.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say, not for nothing. Most of the shit that they say, no matter who it's about, is not true. That's their game with any person that's a conceived enemy.
Yeah, but the things they're saying about Jamie and his sister is just,
Mhm.
you know, like you want to destroy a person, especially in a small community.
Mhm.
You say stuff like that, and they know it.
Yep.
You know, you talk about a character assassination. If that's not a damn character assassination, I've never seen one.
Yeah, because Jamie's actually got good character to ruin,
Yeah,
and that's what that would be.
and it's false.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, there's Ernie talks about character assassination, but there's not been anything said from my lips or on the stand that I can remember that we haven't shown a receipt for,
Yep.
documentation on. Like it's all been, you know, a fickle. It's all been right there. Do you know how to get that any bigger, Josh? And don't say that's what she said. But I'm not
That's
good
what
at
Pepper
stretching those
said.
things out anymore. That's an interesting little video right there. There you go.
No, that didn't work.
Oh, yeah, it was up there. It was pretty good.
I mean, it's huge. It's just, but it's not like readable.
Oh, it's even when it's small, that's hard to read. That one is, but it's
Which way you want? You want this way or you want the other way?
Can you make it just a tad bit smaller?
I don't think so.
It's all or nothing. I can't see that at all.
All or nothing. Uh-huh.
Yeah. All or nothing. It's got to be.
Oops.
Downtown Trina, you are a nut.
Oh, is it so? This needs to be read. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think there's any sound to that one. I think it's just like a scroll through.
Yeah.
Like Ernie's giving some kind of history of himself, and then there's some interesting screenshots in the end of that too, like between him and the Rosie Baldwin. That's the mother of the 10-year-old and the boyfriend of the girlfriend of the big guy that Ernie fought at the trailer park.
Yeah. Let me see if I can somehow. Hold on. If not, I'll let you know.
You're right, giving payback. They are trying to assassinate character, and what they're trying to do is build something on falsehoods. You know, they're trying to say they've done all this wonderful stuff and they've got all these great plans, but in reality, they have been given an idea from people who actually have good ideas, but those ideas are for people who can make them happen, who have the credibility, the expertise, the know-how, the knowledge to actually accomplish what they say they're wanting to do. Ernie keeps talking about his curriculum, but he mispronounces 1 out of every 10 words. Like, what kind of curriculum do you have? Have you written? I've never seen it.
Oh, good God Almighty!
Shut up, Ern. I've never seen it. I have heard him refer to it over the last couple of years, but where's it at? He's taking it to these places and showing it to people, he says, and they're all falling in love with it. But even when he taught his classes, when he was, when he listened to that publicist for a few days and actually wasn't fighting with people every day, and he was trying to be normalized and try to teach general awareness. Well, what curriculum did he show? He didn't. He Googled somebody else's information, somebody else's videos, old videos with kids in them, stranger danger, buddy system type videos, and showed those. That's not your curriculum, Ernie. Then, you can't build something great with, a paper foundation. It'll just crumble. All right, I'm stepping down off the soapbox. Teresa Upchurch says she thinks Jamie is going to do a live Friday evening. That'd be great. Tomorrow evening, I guess, is going to be our top 10 tonight, right? To get our top 10.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was an investigator, Savannah, for 6 damn years.
Look at that cocky look on his face.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Well, 12 different states.
I wonder when. When did he have all that time to go get certified in all those states and be an investigator?
Exactly. Is that your puppy?
That is the Pomeranian.
Okay. Sounds like a Pomeranian.
Yep.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Well, 12 different states.
Count them.
Now, his license was verified in Kentucky. Normally, it's a 2 to 4 year thing. He had a temporary license. That's what it says, for 1 year. Then when he reapplied, it says the application was incomplete and he was denied. So he was temporarily licensed, but then the second time when he tried to reapply was denied. So he must not be
Arkansas,
Columbo, like you said.
Ohio, Tennessee,
Where's Lobo?
Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana,
It's a state too.
Yep. Been there twice.
Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Well,
12.
Did you get 12 there, Kemper?
I was close.
I got lost. I got lost
Yeah.
in North Carolina.
I got 111.5%.
Arkansas,
So here we go.
Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington. Well, different states.
12 different states. You know, he literally just thought of every state he could think of right then.
Hmm. And that wasn't many.
No, it was just 12.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington. Well, different. Oh, good God Almighty!
Oh my gosh, Aaron. Can anybody hear that whistle? No, I hear my little Pomeranian bitching at me out here. Oh, now he's going fast. I wonder if Bernie Smells will put this in his rap.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas.
Can you is that
North
lower?
Carolina,
Can you hear it lower now?
South Carolina, Virginia, Washington.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Arkansas,
You gonna play it like background music?
Tennessee.
Oh my God. Oh, Amanda said it's soothing to me.
Florida.
You talking about Ernie or the puppies? The puppy market?
Indiana,
Florida.
He ran out of if there was 12 of them, why would he think to use his
fingers?
Because there's only 10 of them. I don't understand that logic.
Well, and
Can you explain that one to me?
In his statement to John Loveday, the guy he told that it took 27 special agents to take Shelby down and they couldn't do it, so Ernie had to knock him out. Well, he told that guy he was a well-known investigator and was licensed in 10 states. So these states, they are growing. And
I was an investigator.
We've got some videos of Tina on the phone with Ernie. And she's talking to the local police about somebody's called the law on them over their dog, I think. And she says, we're on the phone with a federal agent right now. And then it's Ernie she's on the phone with.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia,
Oppositional effect doesn't hear Michigan.
Florida.
That mean he wasn't able to do that sting he did with the mom and daughter in Michigan?
Texas.
Yeah,
North
probably.
Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington. I was an investigator.
Ernie reminds you of one of those guys who would have like one of those celebrity driver's license, like Tupac or something. And he would take a photo of his own and snip it out with scissors and like just put some Scotch tape over it and tape it over Tupac's ID. I'm really Tupac or Elvis.
Well, yeah.
He's trying to summon Arkansas. Is Arkansas not been in here tonight? I think she was here earlier, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, because she called you out on something.
Yeah, she did. She mods everywhere, man. She's so busy. She's on top of it though, man. She's in all these chats all the time. She probably gets less sleep than old Ern.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I think that's Kemper.
Well,
Your whistle in your nose is soothing Amanda Rose.
Kemper, take a sniff in.
It's like a
I don't
cadence.
know.
It's like a cadence. It's soothing. Like you don't need one of those sleep apps. You can just listen to Kemp. Has anybody ever tried one of those with Josh quit? Has anybody ever tried one of those sleep apps where they play the soothing sounds in the background?
No.
Like for me, I've got to have a high-powered fan just blasting where I can't hear anything else. No matter what, no matter how cold it is or hot it is, I've got to have a fan. It's got to be freaking blasting.
What? Well, couldn't you just get like a
Fan noise?
Well, those air filter or those like an air filter machine. You
I've
just
tried that, and then it's still I got to have the feeling of the wind blowing on me now. I've got so used to it. So yeah, well, I actually have an app that I downloaded. I've still got it because of when we were at a hotel one night, and I was like, oh no, I didn't bring a fan, and the stores around were closed. So I downloaded this app, and it's not suffice. But you can set it to play. It'll play continuously, man. Yeah, I'll let you hear it.
go to sleep, little Jimbo.
Yeah. Yeah. But that just doesn't. It's not as good. I got to have the actual fan blowing, or I can't. Don't work for me. Don't work for me.
Welcome to all the 50 states, kids, and here's your teacher, Ernie Shell.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia.
Annabella, thank you. We got a new sub. Thank you, Annabella.
What was the last one? It was Virginia
and
West Virginia.
Yeah.
So he started going on this tangent, and he said once he got to the end, he was really struggling, so he needed to double up.
Yeah. So
That's when he went
with
with
Carolinas too.
He said the Carolinas and the Virginias.
Yeah.
He couldn't even name. He didn't know that Maine or Massachusetts. Could have went with Vermont. That would have been an interesting one. People might have not questioned you as much if you were licensed in Vermont,
right,
as if you were the Carolinas or the Virginias. Yeah, I mean, he New Jersey would have been a good one.
What about New York? New York City.
New York.
Yeah.
New York would have been good.
Well, he needs to be licensed in Michigan because he got some unfinished business. He flew up there one day in the Batmobile, called Kemper out in the cold. He blew in the air to show you that he was in Michigan where it was cold.
Right.
And asked his minions on his followers, will somebody bail me out? I'm going to jail today. And just like always, when Ernest says somebody's going to jail, nobody went to jail.
Right.
So there. East Virginia, West Carolina, Old Jersey. That's a good one, Sticky. Good one. My little doggy is going nuts out there.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Honestly, she's sitting right outside my office. There's a glass door, and the Rottweiler is laying out there with him. And, you know, Rottweiler probably, he's almost 6 months old now. He's about 80 pounds. And the Pomeranian's about 3 pounds. And it's barking. You can hear it through the door. You guys can hear it. And the Rottweiler's not even moved a muscle, like it's asleep.
It doesn't even bother him.
He's trying to wake his buddy up. Like, come on, Jake, let's go have some fun. And Jake's like,
Pomeranians.
get alone, I'm gonna sleep.
Those little dogs love to bark, man.
Yeah, they do. They do.
My sister's got a teacup Chihuahua.
Oh my! Now Chihuahuas are the meanest freaking dogs, man.
She's super
Chihuahua in
cute.
my house.
I think she's adorable, but she just yaps, man. But yeah, she'll bite. She'll have a go at you, no problem.
Hey, throw us up in the chats. What kind of dogs anybody has? I'll list some of mine. I got several different breeds.
How many dogs do you have?
Let's see. I've got 3 puppies that I need to find homes for. And right now, since we're new up here and this guy's wielding guns, if anybody wants a free AKC registered Akita, they were born December 12th. Just come and get it.
What's an Akita? I've never seen one.
Oh, I'll show you a picture in a minute. I've got Rottweilers, Akitas, Boxer.
Oh, I see. Okay, I just looked.
Yeah.
Dang, they're super cute.
Oh my God, they're huge. Like, apparently, one of the reasons this man is mad is his pit bull broke its chain yesterday and came up here and picked a fight with my Akita. Well, it didn't turn out too well for his pit bull.
Well, how big is that dog?
My dog,
How big is the Akita already?
Bodie, the full grown, the father of these puppies.
Okay.
He's about 115 pounds. He was the runt of his litter.
So he's a big boy still.
Yeah, he's huge.
What do you have, Kemper?
Oh, I don't have any, but my roommate, one of them has a.
But you used to have.
Oh yeah, I had pugs, but my roommate's one has a Chihuahua and the other one has a bully.
How long did those pugs live?
8 years, I want to say.
You had them from pups?
Yep.
Just brokenhearted when they went, weren't you?
Yep.
Me too.
They're like family, dude.
Yeah, that's how I was with my my lab. My little lady, Maggie May. She was a chocolate lab, man. She was the sweetest, most caring. I remember when my son had a seizure and he fell off of his bed. The only reason I knew was because she was barking, going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have any formal training in anything. Like she was a rescue. Like, but she was full, she's just so smart, man.
Ran 5150. You need to get you one of these Akita puppies. They make good therapy dogs.
Yeah, they're so soft.
They are really furry.
Does the pop listen? Is he good?
Except when he's like, he does everything indoors. When he gets outside, he forgets like his name. He acts like he don't hear you on purpose. He's mischievous like that. But there's a picture of him. Like he's in the house right now because of the nut bag down the street. But so he's in there resting.
Right. Wow, he's cute. Yeah, I think I told you the guys the other night I have a Frenchie he's a pup.
Those are awesome. We used to raise bulldogs, and those French bulldogs are just awesome. My son wants one so bad.
His personality, it's like a full human personality.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing, dude. He gets like I can tell when he's just had enough of me. Just like he can't hold it in, dude. If he because his thing is he'll go outside, grab something, run in the house. Why? Like he'll have like some old leaves or something, and I'm like, no, you can't have those, and I take them from him, right? And I don't know why he brings them inside, because I take everything from him that he brings inside. It's a stick or a whatever. I just say, yeah, take that outside, or I take it from him, throw it away. Well, he does it, and I take it from him, and he goes, you can hear him, he'll go like that, and I go, are you kidding me? And one time I took something from him, he fell on his side like he got shot, and kicked his hind legs for like 3 seconds. Like he threw a fit like a toddler. I'd never seen anything like it. It actually creeped me out a little. But he's their personalities are crazy.
All right, now go share you this picture. And if anybody wants, here's what the puppies look like. And I'm not charging anything. I just want them to have a good home.
Yeah,
I've actually got one that's that I've given away to somebody that is in Newport. So down there were the campers.
Yep.
Look at those little bundles of love.
So there's what, you got 3 of them?
I've got 3 that need to go. Yeah.
Man, if I was close to you, I'd take one of them. Those things are cute.
Yeah, and if you raise them around other dogs, they're pretty good. But like, if they're not raised around another dog, then they are bad to, hate other animals. So
Territorial.
yeah,
Sure.
they're territorial, especially over their humans. Like that's one of the reasons why I was yelling at my wife too. Like,
I think you'll be able to find them a home.
oh yeah. Well, we usually sell those like they're $2,000 dogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not. I know those. Shoot, man.
Do you guys? You're familiar with the O.J. Simpson story, right?
Yeah.
Well, the dog that alerted the people that there was bodies with Nicole and Ron Goldman, their dog was a Nikita.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not that in touch with the story.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that until I was looking up stuff on Akitas when I first got ours. But
I like how the Akita is now tainted by O.J. Simpson.
well,
Guy's done enough harm.
it's one of those leagues like Ernie. Would you rather be associated with O.J. Simpson or Ernie Shell?
O.J. Simpson.
OJ all day.
The juice.
At least OJ got a Heisman,
The
Yeah.
juice.
I wouldn't want OJ dating my sister, but maybe one of my second cousins.
I mean, I'd hang out with him at a barbecue and drink some beers, but not with Ernie.
Right. I don't know if I would with OJ, but I would be more inclined to do it with OJ because I think not because of I think I could actually have a conversation with OJ.
I could definitely talk sports with OJ.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You could find some common ground,
Yeah.
not negate the fact that he chopped 2 people's heads off.
I would like to know his theory on the real killers.
Right. Well, that's where it gets like, okay, well, you're a pile.
Did he ever write that book? Like, I know he was going to write a book.
Yes, he did write that and published it.
I'm going to have to get that and read it and see what it's like. Stuff like that intrigues me. Like, now, do I think O.J. Simpson is a dirtbag? Yes, I do. I think he murdered those 2 people and got away with it, and it's just awful.
Yep.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt, is there?
No, there's just no admitting from him yet. But pretty much everybody's assumed and has come to the conclusion that he did it. And he's not done anything to try to make people not think that. So
the DNA alone convicts him.
Right.
Angela, how are you saying you're 8 hours from me? or 4 hours from me, Angela.
Oh, look, you might meet
You wanna come
halfway.
get one of these puppies?
That 4 hours isn't bad to go get a pup.
No,
I
I
know
could be
people that do that.
2 hours. And if it's south, like I'm going to be in the Knoxville area Saturday and Sunday. My team plays down there, so email me if you're interested. If that's what you're talking about, I don't know. You may have been talking to somebody else.
You know the DNA in that trial. So his DNA matched the blood of the other person at the scene, and it was 1 in a 9 billion chance that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And there's 7 billion people in the world.
Right. Hello,
Like,
Tree.
there was no, it matched on all panels.
Right. Oh, it's obvious. Like they even said, like that's one of the most famous statements was the mountain of evidence that they had,
Yes.
and just a few slip ups by the defense, no, the prosecution allowed that man to have a reasonable doubt. And honestly, I didn't see a reasonable doubt. Like,
Well, but they see the thing was they didn't understand the DNA evidence back then.
yeah,
Right.
that's true too. That's true too.
They didn't understand that, and this comes right after the Rodney King acquittal.
And you can't go back and pull double jeopardy
Right.
with hindsight. You can't
Because
do
he
it.
was found guilty civilly.
Yep.
Civil.
Yes, he was. He was.
And he killed that poor woman and that young boy.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't even having an affair with her, was he?
I think they were just friends. Like,
I thought he was returning sunglasses that she left at a restaurant.
I think they had some kind of.
They knew each other, but from the restaurant.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't anything like like a relationship at all.
And by the way, and this is absolutely trigger warning, but so O.J. Simpson's a very big man, and and at that time was a very strong man, and the lacerations to the neck. I mean, how strong a person would have to be to do that. He wasn't your average strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like Heisman Trophy winner, ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
He used to beat that woman so much.
Yeah.
He look, as somebody, and I'm not triggered in any way, shape, or form, but as somebody whose father killed their mother, he got away with it and taunts them. At least my dad is serving, prison time for this.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much of a jerk he can be, But yeah, he used to just whoop that lady so bad. And he was so, and I was telling my kids about this one time, and I said, so at the time, O.J. Simpson was the man. Like, he was everything. He was in movies. He was the Heisman Trophy winner, ran for 2,000 yards in a season. He was the juice.
Yeah.
It would be like LeBron James, 5 years after he retired, doing something like this. Like, that's how popular OJ was.
Oh yeah.
He was,
Yeah, I mean, he was a legend, and loved.
Oh, he was the man.
People, and back then, even though he was abusive, and like nowadays, that would have been more evident with the social media and the coverage of everything, but it was even less evident then. So all people saw when they saw OJ was a hero.
Well, the thing was, so my grandfather was a 49er fan, and I was a young kid when this was going on. Yeah. And I remember the white Bronco thing. And I remember my grandpa saying, I hope they don't hurt him when they were, when he was going to turn himself in. And I said, why? And it was just because he was a fan.
Well, I mean, I was watching from Nashville, man. I just moved there. It was right after high school, I believe. And I was sitting there with a bunch of law enforcement and firefighters, and they were saying the same thing.
People loved him until they found out. And then at the end of the trial, it's a whole different, even though he's acquitted, people are like, the evidence and this and that. And they're just like, it's sick.
Yep.
And then, like I said, the taunting. And then he gets in trouble years later for armed robbery because he's a pile.
Yep.
Kidnapping and armed robbery. It's like,
over his own stuff. His own memorabilia that
It was even a setup.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
makes you wonder how he got away with that murder.
Not Amanda. Thank you for coming.
Well, he shouldn't have. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Downtown Trina lives 20 minutes away from 3 NBA players. That's cool. That's cool. The last famous person I saw was this bounty hunter guy. Aren't you that bounty hunter guy or predator hunter guy? And Ernie's like, literally, guys, I can't even go in Walmart anymore, guys, without people wanting me to sign stuff. It's literally everywhere I go. Literally.
He signs autographs?
Oh yeah, he's famous.
He's not famous. He's infamous.
Yeah, that's true. And I even told him that once. Like, there's a difference between fame and infamy.
Right. He's not celebrated.
Downtown Trina, we could make some Kemper body pillows, couldn't we? We could get those going.
A Dami Makra. You know what a Dami Makra is?
No.
It's like those Asian what is it? I can't even remember what the
Remember you started this.
Don't stop.
What is the cartoons called? What are the Asian cartoons called?
Anime?
Yeah, so it's like an anime girl, an Asian anime girl on a body length full body length pillow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like the statues of Buddha that are in a lot of temples. I was like, look here. Dude.
No.
And I ain't talking about the fat Buddha either. There's many different Buddhas.
That's true, actually.
Is it really?
Yep. Buddha's not really a god per se.
Yeah.
I guess. It's more of it's almost like the New Age thinking. That you yourself can become a Buddha,
Good night, payback.
Where-
Thank you for coming.
Right.
Yeah, we got to do a Kemper Dami Makra pillow.
Yep.
It'll just be like you, covered in weed, covering your C cups.
There you go.
I got it all planned out for you.
You can do it the leaves like Adam and Eve did,
All right. Yeah, what'd you say? Beans and leaves?
No, not these. Wow.
Oh Lord.
Beans and what? I don't know. I don't remember what you said.
I said I could do it the leaves like Adam and Eve did.
No, I know, but earlier you said you only drink beans and leaves.
Oh, beans and leaves? Yeah, I did say that. Sorry. I thought you were talking about what I just said.
Offended at me, bro.
Hmm.
It's all right. You can punch me later.
What are you guys talking about?
Kemper wants to punch me.
Punching? Punching?
Kemper said he wanted to punch me because he thought I said beans and leaves. That's a quote.
Wrong email address. Fat fingered it.
Beans and leaves, bro.
Yeah, every time you say something like that, it reminds me of there's something about Mary. Franks and beans. Franks and beans.
You see my baseball? That's I was watching, my kids were watching Family Guy last night, and Peter was like hiding from everybody in a box with his you could see the top of his head, and he was like doing that little chuckle that he does. I don't know if you guys ever watch that show,
Every now and then.
but my kids were watching it, and then I told them, I could do that laugh, and they're like, no, you can't. Yeah, I can. I was like, I can do the Peter Griffin like chuckle laugh. And I'm going to show you right now that I can do it. Okay. Do you know what it sounds like?
No.
Oh, so you don't even know what the chuckle is?
No.
Kemper?
Soundbite?
Yeah, I know it.
When he's like laughing, when he's just like, all right. Well, if Kemper knows it, then I'll give it a try and see. How was that, Kemper?
Put one in the chat if you guys know what that chuckle and if he nailed it.
I don't know why.
Well, I think it's funny regardless.
Well, anyway,
You got
his kids were like looking for him, and he's like hiding, but they could see him because of the top of his head. And you could just hear him going.
The best one I ever had of that show was when they had to be relocated to the South.
To Live and Die in Winn-Dixie.
Yep.
My favorite episode.
Yep.
In Winn-Dixie?
Yeah.
That little girl was like, my little girl just love you, or wow, you smell like the inside of my mama's purse. I was just like, wow. And they hit everything perfectly on that one. They even had the skits at the Dukes of Hazzard going. So the whole thing, they would stop. And Waylon would narrate the next thing, It was great, dude. It's good stuff.
Sunshine and apple pie. I want a Josh boyfriend pillow. I could see that.
Oh, Angela, I'm actually in London, Kentucky. So maybe closer than what Newport, Tennessee would be for you, but we can definitely work something out. I'll send you an email here, and but yeah, that sounds like a perfect situation for an Akita. That would be a great situation. So guys, good things happen.
I got some popsicles down in the basement.
What?
What's going on, boy?
Remember when he's like, whoever can swallow the most Tylenol PMs wins. So stupid.
Dude, you gotta love McFarlane.
Oh man, that show's amazing. It's just very creative. There's just too many characters. It does sound like a hornet. Bzzz.
think somebody's typing away over there.
That's my.
Not me.
Arkansas, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. 12.
12.
Yeah. He even got the number right.
I was an investigator.
What kind of an investigator?
I was an investigator, Savannah.
My name's Josh. Camper, come back. Camper, come back.
Where are you, Camper?
I know.
He got hit with a frequency weaponry attack. 12 is not a state. What does that mean?
Well, this is what I'll tell you. This is what it means.
I was an investigator, Savannah. For 6 damn years.
He used a swear word to make sure it was emphasized. 6 damn years, Savannah. Cowgirl at Heart, thank you very much.
It's not a super
Voice
chat.
record
It's a
audio.
super,
Sorry?
I was telling you it's a super chat, not a sticker.
Oh, okay. At least voice record audio Monday. Mama sees lunch. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, we will. I'll try to turn on the voice record, and as long as there's nothing interrupting, which I could probably put it on airplane mode, and nothing could interrupt. So, and then I could voice record. But yeah, I think good idea. Good idea. Thank you, Sarah. Shakers, Fist Smith. I'm an investigator my whole life. I want to know everything. That's not a Budweiser. You remember the Budweiser frogs? Budweiser.
Yes.
Those were the coolest frogs. Besides Kermit. I love Kermit. Only Kermit was better. Only Kermit. How many sleeps till court? Let's see. Counting tonight. 5. Let's see, no. Got 9. Saturday, Sunday. 4. 4 sleeps till court.
Exciting.
And Ernie's would probably be 1 sleep till court. I think he sleeps about once every 4 or 5 days. Looked like he was about to crash into the proverbial wall today, though. Did you see his look, like, with his eyes kind of shutting and head bobbing forward every now and then, like, oh, I'm back to, But he's been bragging about getting all his rest here lately, so you can't blame it on being tired this time.
Man, he sure gets a lot of rest for somebody who throws up blood.
Yeah. That's the only reason he showed you that he actually does spit up blood is for you non-believers, Josh.
Yeah.
Are you considered a non-believer, Josh?
Considered a non-believer of Ernie Shell, but a believer in Jesus. Yes.
What would make you a believer
If
of the Shells?
If he can solve a case, I might believe
There you go.
so. But he doesn't actually investigate anything.
Now listen. He's always investigating in 12 states. buddy.
Yeah, I know, but he's not though. And like what he's doing on his live tonight, and I know you're joking, but like what he was doing on his live tonight with Candace is gross.
Oh man. As soon as I saw that starting to play out a few days ago with the way he was,
Yeah, he
Tweety,
weaseled his way in, dude.
yeah, I mean, it was just, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly annoyed with it, but
And whatever he was trying to accomplish, it seems to have worked. Like,
right,
they
he
act like a
literally
couple of
flipped her.
yeah,
What the that's crazy, dude. I'm thinking about that right now, and it played out exactly how he wanted it to.
yeah.
Oh, weird.
It's frustrating. Frustrating. Doohickey said, "Super soldiers unite." So we got the weekend coming up. Anybody got big plans for this weekend? Josh, what are you into?
Yeah, man, huge.
The ball games, your kids, anything else?
My kids yeah, we got a little basketball.
Big game coming up.
Yeah, we got a double little two spot tomorrow. And my grandmother just got out of the hospital after spending a lengthy amount of time there.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
her to her appointment. So that's big.
Yeah, that is. That's good, man.
That is
Well,
right.
I'm happy she's home. She was in the hospital for like 14 days or something crazy.
Oh wow. Jenny
Just-
Penny, you're absolutely right. Candace is easily conned. That's yes, obvious.
I mean, they're literally flirting.
Yeah,
They're flirting.
yeah. And her next
And he's cool with it.
Wood. Yeah.
And he's not into her.
No, he's playing her like a fiddle, and
she's actually mean to him.
yeah.
She makes fun of him
Yeah.
on his own show, and he just sits there and eats it.
Yeah.
Like she was calling him a dummy and an idiot tonight. And like, maybe that's her way of flirting, but like, that's not the kind of friends I want. They don't even know each other, but she knows about him. And she just says, she's just mean and like rude to him.
Yeah. Hello, Yanni Parker. How are you? Yes.
Which I don't care. It's funny,
It
but,
is funny. Yeah.
but he's willing to eat her crap. Cause by the way, she's not going to tell him anything.
No.
She won't tell anybody anything.
No.
He's hoping, but
Well, he's hoping, but
that's why he's taking her shit for her. That's exactly why.
Yeah, and this is like nothing against anybody else, or but like I kind of feel like maybe that's what Benny was doing, was trying to get information, and she threw up a wall, and it pissed him off.
Yeah.
And then now that's what Ernie's going to do, and I don't know, man. I just don't think Ernie, Yeah, maybe she does know he's full of it.
Yeah. Well, I got basketball this weekend as well. Kemper, his actual meat of his work week begins later today, right, Kemper?
Yep.
Big days for you. I think recently you said this is actually when your work week actually begins, or something to that effect.
Yep. That's my Monday.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a good Monday, though, a good cash cow for you. Maybe you get good and busy and make some money.
Doohickey, I do agree. No need. There is no need to tell anything. It's coming out, no doubt. I agree, absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, though. But like that, he thinks that he's gonna be some miraculous hero, and that he's gonna make his mark, and on this case, and that's gonna be his claim. And that ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen.
Downtown Trina got a little countdown for Ernie here. 1, Ern, they're coming for you. 2, you have no clue. 3, you can't get me. 4, jail is going to close that door. I think downtown Trina got a little rhyming going on in her blood.
I can't even. Yeah, I don't even know what Dawn would be thinking. Dawn does not like Ernest one bit.
No, he's going to be livid.
Oh, dude, I like I said, I have had conversations with that man, and he despises him.
So make a prediction. Will Don use the N-word when
Yes.
referring to Ernie?
Oh, yes.
It's
Both
coming, right?
both. Will Don use the N-word? Yes. When referring to Ernie, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm telling you, Doohickey, I'm telling you, you're right.
Well,
He's
don't
gonna
forget
try.
that. Don't forget that 2-hour phone call that he had with Don, and Don wasn't ripping him apart like we thought.
Yeah, but like Don, that's how Don is, though. But I'm telling you, I probably spoke with Don. He called me with a theory. It was the last conversation we had. He said he had a theory, and I told him to call TBI because that's not what I do.
Right.
And he kept saying the whole time, "You're not recording me, are you?" And I wasn't, and I didn't. Because I really don't record people. I might be, I don't know. I just don't like that. And if I'm recording them, they know.
Right.
Absolutely. And they give permission.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, explain this to me, and I know I'm being well, it's a rhetorical question basically, but why is a man who is in the situation Don is in calling a YouTube reporter or YouTube personality, whatever you creator, however you want to say it, calling someone with that platform to give a theory? Like, why not, like you said, if you got a serious theory about what happened with your little girl, call somebody who might be able to actually put that theory into action and check it.
right.
Like these people, and when I say these people, it's a broad term. I'm not just talking about Don or Candace, but these
No,
people.
No,
they
Doohickey, you
think
cannot
that
get a timestamp.
they think there's so many people, that can just put it on YouTube and that makes it a fickle.
Well, it's him going to like outlets that have a voice.
Yeah.
And he wants to push his narrative, and he thinks that, well, if he's going to talk about my case, maybe I can get him to talk about what I want. And that's when when the conversation ended, because I've interviewed him twice, like interviewed, on YouTube. And I've had 3 phone conversations with him. 2 of them were him being extremely upset with me. And one of them was him giving his theory. And that's when he was calling me, I hadn't heard from him. Our 2 conversations took place and it had been probably 2 months. I hadn't heard a thing from him. He changed his number and everything. And then got in contact. And then he sends me a text out of nowhere and says, because he calls everybody by their YouTube name. So he goes, Lab. So we go, Lab. This is what the text says. It says, Lab, Wells here. And I recognized the area code and I went, oh my God. And he goes, got a minute? I said, okay. And he proceeded to tell me about some biker gang theory that he had. And I said, Don, if this is a real thing, you need to hang up the phone and call TBI.
Right.
And he went to jail a week later. So that was that. But,
yes, Penny, I do remember. He's like, that's the thing with this marvelous investigator in 12 states is, why do you accuse everybody of just that just makes me so mad that you want everybody to believe in you and think you're really an investigator, and then you want to accuse everybody in the world of being involved in everything. Oh yeah, he's accused me too, Jenny Penny, recently. He tried to tie us all in it. But yeah, Jenny Penny's talking about you, Josh. He said that you were. Are you talking about Don? Asked
Don, what? What did he do?
Did he ask you where you were when something?
Yeah. He insinuated that I may have had something to do with it.
Oh my God.
When the first time I talked to him, because when I asked him, and I said, "Look, I don't know if you had anything to do with your daughter going missing," and he goes, "Well." Well, I don't know if you had anything to do with it, because he's just being kind of a smart ass,
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, Don, it's your daughter missing, not mine." And I said, I wasn't there. And he's like, "How do I know where you were?" I'm just like, okay. So yes, in jest, he did it. He was just being a dick.
Welcome, Mark and Sauce.
Because he told me that I was being kind of weird.
You were being kind of weird.
That's what he said. Yeah. Yeah. I ran his little ass in circles on that interview too.
Yeah.
And I didn't hold his hand and cupcake with him or anything. I asked him questions, and he was at first he was very aggressive, and so it was, but yeah, he was he was very aggressive with me at first, and that's when I said, "Look, man, I'm just asking the questions. This is it."
Yeah.
But it's weird because I've seen him on a lot of lives, and he's just the way he talks to people is gnarly.
Yeah.
It's rough, and especially women.
Yeah.
Really, really goes after women.
Oh, like I don't particularly care for PG, and she said some nasty things about me, but man, I heard him one night on her channel, like, freaking blast her, dude.
Well, dude, like,
and supposedly they were friends of some sort.
No question. And the funny thing is, and Annabella, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, you were there that night. That was a night to remember for sure. It was it was when this case was just at its like peak crazy. I mean, it's getting worse still. It's never really gone down, but and that's another thing. I had no desire to be this invested in this case, and I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but he was, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Easy to do, easy to happen, brother. Easy to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I start thinking about the case, and I start getting lost, because it goes back so far, and so many different things have happened.
Now, maybe you can you probably have as much knowledge as anybody that I've actually talked to about the timeline and where, when, and all this. When were the polygraphs given to the Wells?
So they said that the first day they were given. The second day, Candace had to take another one. She didn't have to, but the first one, they weren't, like, she says that she failed it, but that she was she shouldn't have taken it because she was too upset.
Right.
So then the next day she took another one, and the results are like it just like everything in this case, there's nothing normal about the polygraph explanation. Some people say that they've passed polygraphs. Some people even say law enforcement has said that they passed polygraphs, but law enforcement has never actually said they have.
They haven't. They haven't said that.
No.
Oh.
But people like Brian Inton said that the sheriff's office said to him that they passed.
And then it goes everywhere that they passed.
But nobody knows, like, if they actually did.
Right. That's interesting.
And
downtown Trina, that is very possible. Like, even in the Shelby Shell case, like the investigator, they asked him why he asked Shelby a certain question about fingerprints, I think, when he didn't even have fingerprints. And he was like, well, because it may have been a tactic I used to get him to confess, to admit to something. And, law enforcement, there is no rules about them lying. Like, they can give false information to try to make somebody tell on themselves.
Right. And yes, the sheriff told Inton, that's what he says, that they passed polygraphs. Now, the thing is, nobody cares either way, because polygraphs don't really matter that much.
I think I'm going to sit down and watch the Dr. Phil episode. Is that worth watching?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He's pretty gentle with Candace, because she walked off the day before because she felt she was being interrogated.
He's normally, though, he's pretty gentle and laid back.
I've seen some the case, the Dylan Redwine case. I'm sure you're not familiar with it, but it was a case from 2012 or something.
Yeah.
And the dad refused to take a lie detector on the show. And Phil had some choice words for him. And he ended up being convicted of killing his son.
Oh, wow.
They found his body 9 months later or something.
And he was convicted.
He was convicted, and yep. 8 years it took.
Oh my gosh.
From the boy going missing to the arrest to the conviction.
Jeannie Penny said Phil was not himself when he talked to Candace, I guess. So
yeah,
we're going to check that out. Yeah, I'll sit down and watch that tomorrow. And
watch the Dylan Redwine case too, and see that you can see the difference.
Okay.
Phil I know what he was doing. He was trying to get her to talk, and he was worried she was going to walk off.
Oh, Candace?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was trying to be gentle. And then I don't think that he was worried that Dylan's dad was going to walk off. So he just laid into him. One of those guys that live and die on the hill and will argue with you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've seen Dr. Phil open up on people. Do you know who the cart narcs are?
No.
It's a guy that goes around and tells people to put their carts away if they don't, and then films them when they don't do it and puts it on YouTube.
Oh no.
He just publicly shames people.
Yeah.
Phil was talking to him, he's a I would say he's a friend of mine, but I've had him on the podcast twice, and we email and text sometimes. And he went on the Dr. Phil show, and Phil was a dick, telling him he was publicly exploiting, or not publicly, publicly shaming and exploiting people. And I was thinking, well, isn't that what Dr. Phil does sometimes?
Oh yeah. Dr. Phil's, make no mistake about it, is about ratings.
Yeah, I like his show. I mean, he has a decent show. Hakuna Matata. Yeah, I saw some very disturbing pictures of Dylan Redwine's father too.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff. Some weird things I've never seen.
Arkansas. So are you talking about the Dr. Phil was very disappointing with the when you had the wells?
Yeah, it to most people it was a letdown.
Yeah.
They thought that Phil was going to call her a liar to her face, but he did say, "I don't think that you're telling the whole truth," and that she has more knowledge than she's told.
Yeah, and I think so too. I agree with it.
Well, that's what he said. So I wasn't really that disappointed in it. But he also said that they passed polygraphs.
Yeah.
So that was another thing. But I'm telling you, like the polygraph thing doesn't. I don't believe that they have personally. Or else, if law enforcement truly believed, because that's how they use those, if they truly believed that their lie detector was good, that they were so far above suspicion because of their polygraphs, they'd be looking in different areas. But the thing is that the sheriff has said even after that, everybody in Summer's case is a suspect, including Dawn and Candace.
Yeah.
After they took a polygraph.
Well, there you go.
So you tell me if that polygraph means anything.
So just reaffirming, as of now, there hasn't been nobody cleared as a suspect. Like
no.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Candace the other day on somebody's show said, or I can't remember what channel she was on, but she listed a name of suspects. I'm actually going to talk about it tomorrow on my show.
Okay.
She listed a name of suspects that consisted of Jody Sue, Jose, Dawn, a couple others. Oh, Allie. So it's the whole thing's a mess. But yeah, now she's saying, they said, can you say for 100% certainty that Dawn wasn't involved? She goes, I can't say 100% certainty that anybody's not involved.
Right. Yeah. I heard
And
that.
I'm going, because Dawn has said that there's no way, because of the way that, to me, this is what Dawn has said privately. There's no way that Candace could have had anything to do with it because she's so tore up. I
Yeah.
know her heart. That's what he said.
Yeah. Right. So what time is your show tomorrow? Eastern time. What time is your show tomorrow?
9:00 Eastern.
Okay. Tomorrow will be a late start for us anyway, probably 12:30 or later.
Yeah, 9:00 Eastern.
Matt's
Yeah,
big day. Matt's big day at work.
It's crazy. That the case is crazy.
Yeah. Like we're, I still say, it's not really our thing, but on the stand, but we're looking into it more and more now. I'm
The
still
funny
not
thing
gonna,
is it's crossing your path.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
still
I mean-
not gonna use that little girl's name in my, to
No,
clickbait or anything like that.
that's the thing is that, like,
I'm definitely going to be more familiar with it. I'm going to do more studying and forming my own opinions, and so I'm going to gather up as much, and I'm going to check out yours and go back and look at some of the old ones too, some of your old shows, and
yeah, the thing is too, it just from the little stuff that you've said. Now, worlds are colliding here.
yeah,
You can't help that. You didn't ask for that.
right,
And just like I didn't want any worlds colliding with Ernie through this little girl, and the name Summer Wells, she truly does mean a lot to a lot of people,
Oh yeah, yeah,
more so than I've ever seen in cases like this. And so, you know, I get a lot of people that reach out to me all the time when they hear something about the case. Is this true? Is this, what should I think? You know, can you tell me what you think? And I feel like I have a responsibility to do that, you know, to people that watch my show, is to address those kind of things,
yeah.
or answer emails when I can about it. So, you know, that's just how this case has become.
Yeah.
You know, we try to keep as much, you know, the focus on the child, because like what I saw tonight with Candace and Ernie, that's all well and good if you want to go be friends with her, but don't act like you're helping what was going on tonight wasn't helping Summer. It wasn't bringing to light anything. So that's just that's where it gets really infuriating, is that Ernie says he's here to help. He's not here to help. Candace has no interest in talking about Summer for any length of time and anything substantial. So
Yeah.
it's a case that I wish would have a resolution fast, just for the dignity aspect of it, because I just don't feel that like there's much, like the dignity has just been kind of, and I don't know like if that's weird or anything, but to me, the way to, you got to dignify these victims, and this is not, you know, this is just throwing it's just throwing mud all over their names.
Hello, Mercy. Are you new to our channel? It's good to have you in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check some more of it, and like now I'm intrigued, and you know, like you said, it tugs at your heart. If you're,
Yeah, be careful.
you're a decent human being,
I'm serious, dude. You know, I wrote that letter, you know, months and months ago, 6 months ago, probably,
yeah,
because I was having great anxiety about this case. It was becoming too, you know, it was becoming more and more bleak by the day. We were in, at this point, it was 3 months. 3 months is a long time for a kid to be missing. 1 day, 2 days,
goodness, yeah.
5 hours, an hour. It's a long time. And I was just thinking out loud. And then I said, well, what if she's alive? Like, what if one day she can hear this? And I felt like I knew what it was like to be a little innocent child that didn't have much choice or chance of my circumstance was all it was.
yeah.
So I really didn't intend, like I said, they did play it at her prayer vigil or something like that. Yeah, they played it there, and the fact that it was played was a real honor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was very proud, because it was deep, man. That I remember that night. I had some long nights with it.
Yeah, I bet.
Long nights with it, but you know, we You choose to do it.
Yeah. Well, guys, tomorrow we will have our weekly top 10. Maybe Bernie will send us a video of his own personal top 10. Never know. Never know when that guy's going to show up. We're supposed to have Bernie versus Benny in the rap off, the rap. What do you call it? Showdown, rap showdown, a competition. I'm not hip to the to the lingo or how to say that, but it's a rap showdown between Bernie and Benny. Hopefully tomorrow. And we'll bring you some anything new that shows up. We should have some more calls from Shelby tomorrow, maybe multiple. Yes.
Arkansas,
yes,
Ohio,
brings,
Tennessee,
um,
Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina,
yeah,
Virginia,
and West Virginia. Yeah, guys. Ziggy's got court tomorrow. You guys don't care. Pray for a good outcome for all involved, and that the right thing is done.
Dude, I'm not privy to that.
To Ziggy's situation.
Yeah. Did she talk about it on a live?
I don't know for sure. I know she's texted me. I don't know, so I don't know about bringing it out.
Oh yeah, no, don't. I just
on the air, but yeah, I'll tell you what's going on. I'll text you. But yeah, she's headed to court to hopefully get something done about some issues with somebody, kind of like a stalker situation type thing. So hopefully something can be done, and at least where people can feel safe and be safe, for God's sakes. So she is very open about it, Trina. Okay. Well, she's got this. Does anybody remember the name? It's 6 Up
no,
Media or something like that.
It's not. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's but yeah, there's.
I don't want to know.
I guess there's some back and forth, and anyway,
I've heard about some of the stuff. So
yeah, but anytime it goes to the level to where it actually goes to court, like Ernie's always threatening to take people to court for restraining orders and this kind of stuff, but Ernie's just an idiot. Whatever your views are on it, if you, Ziggy's always been friendly to me, and so there. But
yeah, I try to stay out of this.
Yeah, we try to avoid being in the middle of anything as well. You know how we are here, but just like I said, we're just praying for good outcome for everybody. That's most important thing is that everybody involved feels safe and stays safe, and that's all it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know anything about everything. I know both of those people.
Yeah.
So.
See, I don't know the other one at all. So I have no expert opinion or familiar opinion. I just don't know. So
well, I hope it gets
yeah
resolved, in a kind way on both sides.
That would be the best outcome. Is everybody is okay?
We need more love in this world.
Yeah, just put it in the past. That'd be the absolute best for everybody. Hopefully. Anyway, that's somebody requested prayers for Ziggy, and I reciprocate. I'm going to put it in my prayers for a good outcome for everybody. So anyway, tomorrow the rap battle we hope to have some calls from Shelby. Should be a big night on Friday night. Check out Josh at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we will set hours up for, what do you think, Kemper? 12:35.
Yeah,
and then later you'll just let me know, and we'll scoot it on back a little bit. Depends on how things are going. If Kemper's making all them bucks or not.
I like Kemper doesn't work tomorrow.
No, he doesn't. Tomorrow's his big day. Nice. hopefully he gets some rest. Not like Ernie's rest, not like 30 minutes and 3 days.
Vampire nap.
But yeah, guys, we are still live tonight, Jason. It's been a long one, but we've had a lot of fun and covered a lot of stuff and had some sound bites. Did I hear another sound bite coming around?
Oh, good God Almighty!
There it is. I knew it was coming.
Oh Lord!
Oh Lord!
I love that.
But
Oh Lord!
guys, also please remember to keep Jamie in your prayers. He's got physical issues. If you pray and you believe in prayer, please do that. Some people don't, and if you just want to send good vibes or positive vibes, that'd be great too. But we appreciate everybody being here tonight. We appreciate the super chats and all this stuff that we're starting to get, and I'm learning how to respond to those things. We're all new here except for Josh. Josh is kind of our he's showing us the ropes on some of these things. So
Yeah.
he's going to give us a lesson in StreamYard 101.
Friend of the show.
Yes, absolutely. A good friend of the show. We appreciate your help, Josh.
Of course, man.
Well,
look, I like what you guys are doing. So, I always
thank
give you a good cause.
Thank you. So, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. If you guys have any questions or anything before tomorrow, please email or reach out to me or Matt. We'll see if we can help you and get the answers you need. And if you got any questions for Shelby, you can post those on our community page or send to Not Today directly at Not Today 2.0 on YouTube. So we'll let you guys get some rest headed into the weekend. I hope to see you guys back tomorrow. I'm Jimbo.
I'm Kemper.
I'm Josh.
We are the Stand.